Okay. Hello. All right. Hello, hello. Another day, another PGR playthrough. Alrighty. So the plan for today on PGR is just to go through the interludes. Since we got 3 to do. We have Chu Pavo, Changyu Chilin, and Luna Lara. Okay. Woo. It's gonna be a lot of reading. Gonna be quite a bit of reading for today. Also, I did do a little bit of the fake ascension stuff for the explore mode. But man, it is... I mean, I managed to get through Babylonia 100%, but it is quite tiresome. And I've only learned that it gives like just a little bit of extra like lore, because I have this open here and all that stuff, but I don't know. Having to go through explorer mode just for this stuff is a bit of a pain. So I might not just do that, after all. Well, that's besides the point. Today, we're gonna do interludes. And we're gonna start in order, so we're gonna go for Chu Power here. Where's Chu at? There she is. Cool. Alright, let's get straight into it. Dejang. Origin. It rests peacefully under the Kowloon metropolis, where it should remain undisturbed. You know, before I start, one thing one thing that I like, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but one thing that I somehow just end up doing without really thinking is like try and add a little bit of like voice acting when it comes to narrating the certain characters and stuff. Like I don't want to go too far with it where like I completely change my voice into something like more higher pitched or way lower, like a freaking demon or whatever. Because even just doing a little bit of the VA stuff alone just makes me feel a bit embarrassed to do it. But it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun. I think I got that from reading through Final Fantasy 14 when I was streaming it. Right. At least with like in this game, it's a lot more apparent when it's Roland or Gabrielle that I'm voicing. All right. Anyway, let's start. Lay. Darkness dissipates, and I awake once more from my slumber. This body no longer requires sleep, but I still try to keep to the normal schedule of humans. Grinding gears reverberate in my ears. Making my way through this dark path through the stratum, I arrive at a familiar city that should have died out during the Golden Age. Just give me one moment here, wait. All right. Sorry about that. The survivors of the battle built this unknown cemetery with bricks and tiles of the KCC. It rests peacefully under the Kowloon metropolis, where it should remain undisturbed. An artificial sun hangs above this underground complex, creating a day and night cycle for the humans that reside here. Faint blue shadows stroll in the street. They are the masters here, Several groups gather here talking amongst each other. As I walk along the path, my surroundings distort momentarily before a familiar face appears next to me. By Glee. Lady Chu, do you really want to accept that offer? I have no reason not to accept. You must understand what each party seeks to gain. Yes, but don't worry. If anything were to happen to me, then the last person with access to this place will be gone. Isn't it safer this way? Of course, I will not allow for any accidents. After all, my mission is not over yet. As the Supreme, it's my duty to provide shelter for my people and undertake risks on their behalf. Yes, I know you've always believed that. Baigui transforms into faint blue light and dissipates around me. I will return safely. As I say this, I hear Baigui's voice all around me. I know. The people of Kowloon all know. After saying farewell to Baigui, I walk aimlessly along the path. My vision module scans the buildings in front of me. Resting my hand on the guardrail, I close my eyes and follow it as my guide, letting memories fill my mind. Left shoulder, chest, abdomen. Points valid. The winner is Chu. I expect nothing less from Lady Chu. You mastered the glaive in just a week, but now we can't find you a worthy opponent. I owe it to your guidance. You're too kind. I wasn't expecting such an assignment from the Pulau crew after my retirement. It's our honor to have an opportunity to train you in our dojo. Stop! He already forfeited after you broke his arm. Why continue to attack? The shouting from next door interrupts Chu and the instructors exchange. Hearing this, the instructor rushes over. Chu puts away the training equipment and follows the instructor to the corridor. Excuse me. In the corridor, Chu sees Villiers. I'd like to think it's like... I like to think it's Villiers. Walking out of the room next door. He pats his clothes as he walks out, as if covered in filth. Medic, training room 307. 30 seconds later, the elevator rings. Several medical staff wearing white robes exit with various medical equipment and file into training room 307. A pale old man in a blue robe wheels out the elevator on his wheelchair, accompanying the medical staff. The exposed scars on his torso indicate that he has had a traumatic experience. After the medics close the training room door, Villiers stands beside Chu and salutes the man in front of her. Don't blame me. Villiers, I don't want to blame you. I want to thank you. The man's hoarse voice, sounded like a gust of torrential wind ripping fabric to pieces. Oh. Such a voice seemed impossible for human vocal cords to create. And if it's impossible, then I shouldn't even try, right? I told you 1,000 times. Stop calling me Villy. My name is Villiers now. Ha ha ha, chuckles. There are some things you just can't get rid of. Alright, you two get going now. I just came to meet an old friend today. I figured I'd let you know that you can begin studying the next course. Understood. Chu and Villiers salute and proceed toward the elevator. Just as they pass the wheelchair, the man speaks again with his hoarse voice. Still remember what you were taught last class? You mean the Imperial Doctrine? Want me to recite it for you? That won't be necessary. The doctrine only defines one central dogma. Imperial learning is only a political tool of mankind. We should not restrict ourselves too much. Results are of utmost priority. Do not be swayed by emotions. Instead, act accordingly to the situation at hand. Grace should be given with purpose. That's right. The man chuckles at Chu and Villiers' answers. Pressing a button on his wheelchair, he proceeds to the end of the corridor. You both have embodied these principles during your recent public speeches. You bring hope to those in despair and impose sanctions on your opponents. Keep it up. The family looks favorably upon you. As others have said, you two are the most capable members of our family. Chu and Villiers walk out of the dojo. Chu stands quietly as she waits for the transport to craft. Villiers looks back at the dojo behind him. How many times is this? Counting is meaningless. It may have caused a disturbance, but we got the job done for our family. Yeah, just the two of us. We were raised to use our surroundings. Good grief. Mutual interests are all that bring people together. Who would have thought that such an unsightly society of mutual exploitation could survive on this planet for so long? As the rumble of the transport craft approaches, Villiers ends the conversation and turns to face the landing zone. I hate this. However, Chu just stands there looking out at Villiers from behind. Hate? What sort of feeling is hate? History. This is the archives of the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. Shouldn't it be Kowloon? I know Kowloon is an actual place, but in this game it's Kowloon, right? Kowloon. I'll just pretend there's a letter G at the end of that. Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. It is a symbol of history and glory. It stands in a corner of the KCC as a witness to the footprints of our ancestors. In this light gold room with a lofty roof, bookshelves line both sides with various data panels and texts in chronological order. The half-suspended display monitor shows the current position of its occupant. Flags of previous Kowloon dynasties hang on the wall at the end of the bookshelf. Some have faded with time. Others that show burns from the flames of war hang from the top of the dome. This is the archives of the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, see, it's supposed to be a G at the end. It is a symbol of history and glory. It stands in the corner of the KCC as a witness to the footprints of humanity's ancestors. What exactly do we want from this data? To understand history, to reflect over history. Is this history? All I see is historians eulogizing the victors and denouncing the losers. You saw the battle during the merging of the KCC, right? Our ancestors were praised as those who sought justice, while members of the opposition were labeled as stubborn conservatives of a bygone era. Why? Because history is written by the victors, so the losers are always wrong. Kowloon disintegrated their society, wiped out their history, and imposed what Kowloon thought of as truth on those uncivilized humans. Anyone with half a brain can see the error in their ways. However, the efforts of the winners have been recorded in the annals of history. It is an indisputable fact that they were finally able to unify Kowloon, making it more stable. Isn't this just consequentialism? Look here. Villiers says, gently swiping his data panel to transfer a large quantity of encrypted data into Chu's data panel. What are these? I checked the global data records. Looks like there's some discrepancy with what was recorded in historical texts. Indeed, this man was labeled as a sinner for destroying Kowloon and causing countless deaths during a natural disaster that ravaged Kowloon years ago. A natural disaster shouldn't have caused such destruction. It was the Golden Age, after all. Well, in reality, he sacrificed his life to stop the proliferation of destruction. Humans don't care about the truth. They only want a target to project their anger and resentment. That way, they can play the victim. Many people choose the path of least resistance. The few who remember cracked under years of pressure. Unsteady alliances dissolve. As for the truth, it is long buried under the comforts of society. Seeking gain and avoiding loss. That is human nature. Faced with this fact, he still chose to sacrifice himself. Therefore, he is foolish for not thinking rationally. Had he mobilized public relations and enacted tougher measures to win the support of others, it could have been a different story. When can humanity be perfect like machines? Winners, losers, they all only know to fight for whatever they believe in. What an arrogant and ignorant existence. Is that so? That's all I see from this pile of data. It's hideous. If they were given a second chance, Do you think they would make the same choices? I think so. Humanity doesn't understand how to correct their course. Otherwise, history wouldn't be doomed to repeat itself. What if it were you? Hearing this, Villiers is at a momentary loss for words before smiling bitterly. I don't want to admit it, but I'd stick firmly to my beliefs. Sometimes my similarities with humanity sickens me. Villiers shakes his head and walks to the end of the archives. Chu keeps searching through the data in front of her. Really? Chu stares at the holographic image before her at the Pulau crew returning victoriously. He is laughing and patting a comrade on the shoulder. This looks pleasant. The next picture is of a medic kneeling beside a wounded soldier. She puts the injured man's hand on her forehead as she weeps. The soldier's abdomen is splayed open. He clearly does not have much time left. This picture is sorrowful. Chu's hand stops on the last picture, which is of a backseat soldier smiling as he walks toward a burn pile. Trying even if you know you're wrong. Fighting even if you're doomed to fail. Is this humanity? I don't understand. Lord Yin, you made it. Indeed. This guy looks this guy looks evil. Those two are still inside? Correct. The family has arranged for them to stay here until after the history exam next week. I'm afraid the exam is merely just a formality. Here's the video from the previous exam. The bodyguard hands a control panel to Yin, which displays Chu and Villiers methodically answering each of the questions posed by the Suani scholars. After the test, the Suani scholars leave the archives and happily praise Chu and Villiers. Lord Yin, we can't keep this up much longer. Yes, of course. More members of the Kowloon crew support them. When the election comes around, I'm afraid. Before the official could finish speaking, Yin puts his hand to the man's head in the shape of a pistol. Shh. Do you hear that? What? The Ode of Time. As time goes on, Kowloon continues to expand. Generations of dynasties come and go. There are miracles and disasters, redemption and tyranny, inspirational history and tormenting lament. Yin speaks as he walks towards the official. The official gradually steps back until he reaches the corridor wall with nowhere to retreat. These are all watershed moments in the river of time. Predecessors will eventually become lost to history and be trampled by generations to come. Is that what you were trying to say? No. My humblest apologies, I misspoke. I beg your forgiveness. Our family taught us that history is inevitable. But the family has some unspoken agreements. You do not need to give up what you possess so easily. Yin lowers his hand and smiles as he pats the official's cheek. The official cannot help but tremble in fear. Lucky you. I'm not carrying a weapon today. Yin turns to leave after speaking, and the official finally breathes a sigh of relief and collapses against the wall. Collapses. But just then, Yin sticks out his left hand in the shape of a gun and points it at the official. He mouths. A bullet penetrates the official's skull and splatters blood and brain matter all over the relief on the corridor wall. The guard holsters his silenced pistol and pulls out cleaning supplies to clear the scene. The senior official bows his head in silence and follows behind Yin. Yin looks at the closed door to the archives, sneers coldly, and turns away. Those two monsters. Don't restrain ourselves and use whatever means necessary. Isn't that what we were taught? Understood. Dang. Time to fight. Illusion. The monarch will merely be a facade created out of authority before the masses. There you are, Villiers. You made it. Looks like the press conference is over. Looks like it. Without the stars of the show, that is. You know I'm bad with the press. You're natural, though. But you're key to revolutionizing the Musashi series. That being said, I'd rather be in the company of machinery than be surrounded by a group of businessmen and politicians. I don't have to deal with awful human emotions when I'm with my machines. A perfect creation like that is only suitable for people like you and me. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Billy puts away his book and gets up from his seat. Now that the press conference is over, let's move on to our next destination. The family transport crowd will arrive here in about 20 minutes. Alright, but didn't you turn off that machine? What machine? I was just sitting here reading. I didn't touch any machine. Nani? Question mark, exclamation mark. Just as Villiers is lost in confusion, Chu kicks a screwdriver on the ground straight at him. Villiers barely reacts in time just as he turns to dodge the attack. The screwdriver brushes his cheek as it flies past. Turning his head, he sees that one of the exhibits has somehow entered attack mode. Musashi 6 picks up the cannon and swings at Villiers standing in front of it. Tss. Chu's attack offsets Musashi's swing, allowing Villiers to jump over to her side before the next attack arrives. Damn it. Short circuit? No, it doesn't look like it. Let's take it out first. This isn't worthy of being called my creation. Yep. Chu nods and walks toward Musashi 6 as it struggles to break free from its electronic restraints. Oh. Do I read the numbers? A bunch of zeros and ones. Activating command. Enemies sighted. Eliminate them. Take it easy. Just hit it a few times to paralyze it so I can check who did this. I'll try. Oh, the hit. Passcode A is correct. Passcode C is correct. Oh, so that's why it was colored. Ow. It's for the orbs. Just said it was invalid just then. Chu looks so cool. Looks like malicious code was uploaded 5 hours ago. The machine was still at the Pulau Cruz Ordnance Factory at that time. That's not a place someone can just waltz in all willy-nilly. Got that right. It's an anti-tracking software. Its anti-tracking software is really sophisticated too. Redundant code is generated every 10 minutes to hide the malicious code. They must have planned this for some time. Had it not been for my habit of always leaving a back door in all of my programs, I wouldn't have been able to figure out what was wrong. Only a handful of people in Kowloon have the authority and technology to pull something like this off. Got that right. Either the hackers I took care of last year or the members of the Chao Feng crew you took in. Aside from those few, there's gotta be someone with high security coverage. Got it. This is the work of Cradle. Looks like this hacker organization is finally re-emerging in Kowloon after supposedly dying years ago. They may have tried to mask their payments several times over, but they're receiving regular payments from... Villiers stares at his mobile access terminal for some time before finishing his sentence. From who? Yin. Humans truly are hopeless. It appears even relatives can be eradicated so long as they stand in the way. Why so flustered? Flustered? I've never been more calm. Humanity has merely confirmed my beliefs every step of the way. After all the anger dissipates, hilarity is all that remains. Anger. Despite learning that I have been betrayed, I still feel devoid of emotions. Seeing Villiers fraught with anger, I'm suddenly overcome with ideas never to have crossed my mind. Humanities have an array of emotions far more profound than just a single noun in a set of data. Brother's fear and anger, Villiers' loneliness and disgust, and the family's love and gratification, all intertwined with each other. I overflow with emotional ties, none of which stem from the heart. My family taught me humility, and humility abstains oneself from brandishing this word. But perhaps I am as perfect as Villiers as the others say. I'm always able to respond to others with the appropriate attitude and meet their expectations. This has been my duty since birth, to be a lonely, powerful, and false supreme. The supreme is a mere facade, weaved through lies to dance for the masses. I will fulfill my family's mission, live up to the expectations of the people, and refrain from any actions ill-suited for the supreme. A ruin devoid of warmth lies beneath my shell, drowned in indifference. To fill these emotionless ruins, I try my best to imitate and show concern for others in an attempt to understand the deeper meaning contained in these words, so I can try my best to act like a normal person. But the repairs I've made on these ruins merely end up disappearing into the sea without a trace. Some things just cannot be imitated. Cloud. Looking toward the sound, they see a young woman in white, and the wooden cart behind her seems to belong in a museum. A huge barricade surrounds me as I wander the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. Nothing from the outside world involves me, as if I am a ghost. I somehow stumble upon a residential area. People are outside putting up lanterns and decorations in anticipation for the election. Others gather in discussion over who they want to vote for. Hey, who do you think will win the election? I think Lord Villiers will win. Didn't you see his composure during his previous election speech? During his speech, I gazed into his eyes and saw a look of contempt. That's my kind of emperor. A proud and scornful hero. Are you kidding? That's not how you should vote. So what? Who do you support then, huh? The girl who puts her hand on her hip and starts yelling at the boy. The emperor needs to have spirit like Yin. His decision-making has saved Kowloon several times over the past few years. Only people like him can achieve greatness. Is that true? You're not voting for Villiers because of what happened at the Kowloon dojo? That was the nail in the coffin. How could someone who breaks a father's hands for no reason be worthy of the crown? And what was Chu doing when it happened? Nothing. Hearing the roadside discussion, Chu has long expected this. But upon turning to leave the city, Chu hears the clear and crisp voice of a woman interrupt the quarrel between the three of them. You've got it all wrong. Lady Chu will be the one to make our lives better. Chu is a bit surprised to hear this. A citizen off in the distance spots Chu and salutes her. Hey, Lady Chu. What brings you here? Hearing that, the four people gathering in discussion over the election turn to Chu, quickly close their mouths and salute. Lady Chu, when did you get here? We were just chatting. Nothing serious. It's fine. Abandoning all attempt at staying hidden, Chu slowly walks over to the girl, defending her. Why do you believe in me? I don't know. I just feel like you will protect everyone, Lady Chu. She's just a kid. She doesn't know what she's talking about, my lady. It's fine. Just like that, the group of residents disperse and walk away. After saying goodbye to the residents, Chu walks over and sits on a bench. The bench still has some residual warmth. Imaginations of the person who sat here previously flow into Chu's mind. What possessed them to sit here and have a rest? Just as Chu is picturing what that person was thinking previously, Villiers steps out from a shadow on the path. How pathetic. The child doesn't know that we were wearing masks while performing a political drama arranged by others. But when I saw the girl smile, she touched my heart in a way I had never felt before. Huh. Although I cannot say for sure what it is, but I have this vague feeling that I don't want to disappoint the child. Villiers is about to say something when a brisk cry is shot out from afar. Look! Look! Looking toward the sound, they see a young woman in white pulling a wooden cart behind her that must have belonged in a museum. The cart has a sign on top with Mo Yuan's puppets written casually with a brush. Upon seeing Chu, the woman approaches her and takes a seat on the other side of the bench. Phew, I'm pooped. Think you can fetch me a glass of water? You got it. Thanks, darling. Mo Yuan nods excitedly as Chu gets up and walks to the vendor to get her a glass of water. Here you are. Thank ya, thank ya. You sure are swell. You aren't worried about what people give you? No, silly. I feel safe here. You feel safe. Got that right. My intuition is spot on. For example, I had a hunch that I was going to make a big sale today. Then wham! I met a group of travelers and almost sold out just like that. Tour groups are few and far between. We had a nice long chat and they told me a bunch of stories about outside of the KCC. Did you make these all yourself? Sure did. I think I deserve the right to pat myself on the back. You won't find anyone in the entire KCC who makes mecha puppets half as good as me. After all, it's an art form that's been passed down generation after generation. Chu takes a doll from the cart. It is a small peacock. It looks finely polished, with each feather expertly carved. You sure are talented. Think so? I've been doing it since I was little. Really? Yep. My family isn't exactly in the best of health. I'm considered one of the healthy... Cough. Mo Yuan falls into a coughing fit before she can finish speaking. Huh? You're coughing up blood. Let me call a medic. No, I'm okay. As she speaks, Mo Yuan takes a pill out from a ceramic bottle, swallows it, and tries to catch her breath. Alright, I'm good. Now, where was I? Oh, right. I started selling puppets when I was younger to help raise my family. They were pretty ugly at first, so there weren't many buyers. They mostly just bought them out of pity. But as I got better, so did business. And one day I'll sell my dolls outside of Kowloon and see the world with my own eyes, not just listen to others tell me stories. Is that so? Uh-huh. Well, I'm all rested. Time to head back. My siblings are still waiting for me to cook them up something to eat. Alright, farewell. Wait, your puppet. Just as Mo Yuan turns to leave with her cart, Chu shouts to her urgently. Take it! I owe you for the water. Holding the puppet, Chu looks toward the prosperous capital. Cooking fumes waft out of the buildings in the city and dissipate, drawn away by the atmosphere regulator hanging in the sky above. On the street, people come and go. Others engage in conversation as the roadside lights begin to light up. Even though I might not have human emotions, I can still feel them from the people around me. Maybe I can obtain human sentiments by meeting people like her. I don't know what the future holds, but now I know what it feels like to have this warm sensation transmitted into my limbs and organs. I've never felt this before. It's a strange feeling, but not a bad one. How unfortunate. With symptoms like that, she will succumb to her illness if she doesn't get medical treatment. But she likely can't afford the cost of treatment. Her dreams will be broken. Kind people living a life of suffering is a sin of humanity. You may be right, but don't we exist to bring happiness to people? Happiness? Does happiness really exist in the world today? Suddenly, an urgent alarm rings on Villiers' terminal. He looks down with a stern expression, but after a few seconds, he slowly smiles. Look at this secret message. Yin and his troops have mutinied. What? Uh-oh. Mutiny. Chaos. Yin whispers softly. Chu stands overlooking the entirety of Kowloon. Lily shows Chu the details on the mutiny. She watches as the number of casualties continues to escalate. It seems that the attack on us a while ago was just a prelude. This time he's raised his flags against us in direct opposition. Where are they now? A large number of troops have gathered outside the city, and there was a riot in the North City district. It appears that they sympathize with the mutiny. Now is our chance. What do you mean? We can leave Kowloon forever, freeing ourselves from family quarrels and human struggles. You're right. Now's our chance. But I won't leave Kowloon. What do you mean? You and I both know what will happen if Brother takes the throne. The mutiny will create a river of blood as they slaughter the citizens that support us. We can't let him do that. The citizens. Why can't you drop the act this time? It's sickening. I thought you understood me. I do understand, but I'm sorry. I was born to rule. Protecting the citizens is my duty. Do as you wish. I no longer concern myself with human affairs. I wish to join the Science Council and work on their Gestalt AI technology. Okay? I wish you all the best. Enough with the niceties. I can't stand all this social etiquette. I do not know whether I made this decision out of everyone's expectation or out of my own free will. But when I think about leaving Kowloon, a voice deep within my heart yells, "Stop." Because it's my home to my comrades. It's home to my comrades, those that I have what I lack. They are more perfect and beautiful than me. So my duty is clear. I must protect them. I must protect the people of Kowloon. Are you alone? Yes. I see. What a pity. You should have run away like that brat. A ruler would never do that. Ha ha. Right, ruler. This country doesn't need two rulers. Farewell, freak. Easy.
あと何回このような無意味な戦いをしたら無駄なあがきをやめさせられるのでしょう。
Damn it. Can't believe I lost. Why have you left me alive? Are you trying to embarrass me? Go. I won't condemn you. How laughable. I'm your enemy. From the moment we raised our weapons against each other, we are no longer relatives. You're right. You have brought war and destruction to Kowloon. We used to. But you are still someone I must protect. What do you mean? Our experiences and ideals may be different, but you are still unique to this world. Your resentment and anger is also one of the countless emotional ties around me. Once you die, these things will be erased. No one will be able to replicate your existence and emotions. You. Brother, you can also free yourself from family bonds. As you said, the country doesn't need two rulers. The obsession and pain of becoming sovereign will only restrain you. Now, you are free to do whatever you so choose, just like everyone else. Restrain? That all you got? You're meant to become sovereign. How can you stop at a time like this? Why are you wasting your time? They won't help you become sovereign. True, really? Look what I brought you. This is Jiaogong and Hui Yu. These bionic creatures are quite rare. I will carry on with this burden and fulfill the sovereign's duties to my very last breath. Yin whispers softly. Chu stands overlooking the entirety of Kowloon. Theme. These are the themes of this era that shaped the world. We did it. Is that so? Yes, now you can go out and see for yourself. The outside world. What a strange word. I don't know how many years have passed since that battle. Yeah, I remember the battle. It was from that point on that you took on the mantle as the KCC Gravekeeper. Such valor. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Hehe. Well then, welcome to a new world. Quit being polite, hypocrite. Hypocrite? Perhaps. Who knows? The stagnant river of time begins to flow once more. The first time I left, Kowloon Metropolis and the underground ruins were under construction. It was at this moment that I finally saw how humanity lived in today's era. Damn it! The defensive line can't hold any longer. What about the support force? Where are they? Radar indicates that most of the squads have evacuated. We've been abandoned. Damn it! The corrupted are coming. We're all gonna die. Don't give up just yet. Who's there? Suddenly, a girl infiltrates the base and interrupts the soldiers. She quickly slashes the corrupted with her glaive, then charges up and throws her weapon at the enemies behind her. The inertia from the impact sends enemies flying back over 10 meters before they crash onto the ground. She lifts her right hand slightly, and a new glaive forms in her hand. It's a construct. No, that can't be. My detector indicates that she's reacting with the punishing virus. Corrupted. No, I am not your enemy. The corrupted in front of you are a higher priority right now. Chu leads the charge outside of the base and begins to fight the corrupted. Chu may be skilled, but fighting the vast number of corrupted while also trying to suppress the punishing virus from spreading to the other soldiers pushes her to her limits. Now that the battle is over, Chu and the remaining soldiers stand in the ruins of the base. Thank you. I guess I couldn't save everyone. You did your best, given the number of enemies. Do you need me to escort you back? That won't be necessary. The main army has abandoned us, so going back will only make it worse. I've heard of a place called Oasis nearby. Want to come along? You show signs of corrupted, but I'm sure we can avoid a fight if you explain yourself clearly. I'd better not. I think that would only bring harm to both sides. If you say so. Hearing this, the soldier salutes Chu, but the soldier has only taken one step after turning to leave before kneeling. Chu sees several bloody wounds on his back and even a mechanical corrupted arm hanging off him. You. Chu rushes over only to discover that he has already stopped breathing. Leaving the base, Chu sets up 3 plaques on the ground for the soldiers and hangs their helmets on top. Let us in! Not while there are corrupted out there. If we let you in, our city will be done for. Just as several scavengers were outside the city negotiating with the soldiers, corrupted artillery fire devours them in an instant. I beg of you, let my child in. Alright, I will. Upon hearing this, the woman in front of Chu relaxes her clenched fists, but the blind woman cannot see that her child is no longer breathing. Oh. Separation, betrayal, pain, death. These are the themes of this era that shaped the world. The punishing virus has ravaged humanity during their desperate struggle to survive in this post-apocalyptic world. Knowledge claimed that there was no purgatory, there was no hell, but now I see it. Hell is right in front of me. Humanity's miserable existence is now on the verge of collapse. They perish amid struggle, suffering, and torture. Sorry, please forgive my arrogance. I can't bear to see you continue suffering from reality. Someone must always bear the cross, even if in infamy. That is the sovereign's duty. It is the duty of the sovereign to protect that which is precious to them. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes, only by setting those sky dwellers down can we end all of humanity's suffering in an instant. They won't have to continue struggling in this tragic era. Everyone can live forever in the virtual world. As you wish. From now on, Huashu, direct all computing power into collecting and backing up the consciousness models for all of mankind. The tabula akasha can no longer be confined to just Kalong. All of mankind should be recorded in history and jointly welcome the arrival of a new era. Good interlude. Claim. Alright, that was one. Not too shabby. That was a good one. Alright. Next is Changyu. Let me take a sip of water. Alright. Dream of the past. The Nighter. There's no place more prosperous than this. Dusk on the Nighter begins with the extended sound of a trumpet, signaling the commencement of the night bazaar. Noises converge on the deck where the neon signs wake, while lanterns shaped as dragon heads take flight, encircling the central tower. The dazzling view of the Nighter by night rises on the dark horizon. The stage before the tower becomes the center of the Nighter during the bazaar, where merchants come to bid in the famed trade fair. Folks gather for the displays, as do the rich and powerful in their lodges. Kamuri's troupe of mechanoid puppets takes the stage in a showcase of graceful sword dances. Their braids glide as phoenixes, their bodies sway as willows, mechanical yet spirited, gentle yet cold. Their performance has also lined the crew with dread, however. The audience is well aware that the elegant dancers on stage are always an order away from drawing blood with their swords. And then fireworks soar above the deck, exploding into spectacular colors between the towers and the lanterns. Earth or heaven, this is as opulent as it gets. Beyond the trade fair, the night bazaar is equally bustling. A man who just exited the lodge is currently arguing with a merchant. "Is this trash what you're selling me?" A bona fide mogul. The man dressed in riches holds a smoking pipe in gold in his hand, his shirt pinned with an equally golden pocket watch. He scorns the merchant in front of him with utter disdain. "Sorry, sir. This is all that's left. But maybe if you visit again tomorrow?" Wiping off the sweat from his brows, the merchant bends over backward to apologize to the tycoon, his head dipping as low as the rich man's boots. Meanwhile, the surrounding hawkers flock to the wealthy man, hungry and craving. "Check out my offer, sir. Brand new livers, freshly picked." "Screw you, I'm here first, sir. Look, healthy organs in mint condition." "How about some prosthetics, sir? I've just restocked." The hawkers are relentless, wrestling for a shot to sell their wares in exchange for miles, even if it means stepping over a fellow merchant. Distracted by the commotion, nobody notices a boy sneakily approaching the tycoon from behind. The boy keeps looking over his shoulder indecisively, his face filled with hesitation. Changyu will later recall this moment when he first notices the boy while hanging in a food stall to the side. The boy's expression is all too familiar to him. Having made up his mind, the boy takes advantage of the confusion to reach for the tycoon's pocket, where a purse is poking out. Seeing this, Changyu leaps from his seat, shoving his half-empty sour plum drink to the stall's owner. "Hold this for me, Uncle Fu." "Hey, punk, pay up. Back in a sec. Put it on my tab." Changyu dexterously dashes between the customers, hopping over the bench outside the stall. Move! What the hell? Watch it!" "Hey, boss. Forget anything?" The boy's stepping away when Changyu walks by and blows the whistle on him, while whistling. Slightly confused at first, the wealthy tycoon pats his pockets at once and finds nothing inside. The tycoon's plump face stiffens and tenses, and he immediately grabs the now panicking boy. My purse! You rascal! I don't... Facing away from them, Changyu masterfully swoops up the purse from the boy's jacket. Give it back, now! I don't have it! You'll dead me if I find it! Is this what you're looking for? What? When did you... Despite feeling confident that he has stowed it securely inside his jacket, the boy looks in shock as Changyu flaps the gemstone-clad purse in front of the two of them, giving the tycoon an upward nod. You're so dead, you little shit. The boy attempts to bolt, not realizing Changyu has him firmly in his grasp. The tycoon raises his arm above his head, ready to smack the boy, only to have his purse shoved into his lifted hand by Changyu, and any momentum of a strike is lost. Calm your horses. The night bazaar is brimming with colorful folks, my good sir. Remember to keep your hands in your pockets next time, because I can't guarantee others will keep their hands in theirs, okay? Changyu says so with a smile. Despite Changyu's frail appearance, the boy is surprised by his strength when he fails to flee from his hold. Who the hell are you? What are you after? I've got nothing for you. Just a concerned Kowloon citizen. And please, you don't have to thank me. I'll leave you be. Enjoy your time here in the bazaar. With that, Changyu drags the boy away from the scene. What are you doing? Who are you? The boy is so mad his eyes seem to be popping out. Amateur. What? I said, what an amateur. Did you see the look on the tycoon's face? If this is all you've got for this line of work, you're gonna get caught. People like them don't take kindly to it. Why were you stealing the purse in the first place? None of your damn business. If you're just thief-splaining. Tokens. What do you know about it? Huh? Changyu takes out an intricately crafted coin, tossing it into the air before catching it. How much do you think you can take from a purse? What is this, the golden age? No one brings cash anymore. That man dressed like big money, which means he would be carrying a token like this. This token is where the money's at. Identification of a member of the Chamber of Commerce. And the doors you can open with this. See? Here's your first lesson. See better. Changyu grins like he's on top of the world. And with his arm around the boy's shoulder, he leads the stupefied young man away. Uncle Fu, one shacha noodles for our friend here. Changyu sits the boy down enthusiastically. Pay for yours first, you punk. Come on, Uncle Fu. I told you to put on my tab. And here I am with a new customer. Just stay the hell out of my way. I'm running a business here. See, I know you are the best. Have you tried shacha noodles? Best on the night are no joke. Wait, just who are you? What do you want from me? Did I mess up your job earlier? So take this as my apology. And now we're even. And I have to thank you as well. The way he hid his token, you really did me a solid back there running distractions. Thanks for the compliment. You're so kind. Unless that wasn't a compliment, in which case, how dare you? Here are your noodles. Thanks. Come on, try it. Changyu prepares the noodles with a well-practiced routine, pouring the shacha sauce into the bowl and stirring it before placing it in front of the boy. The boy is determined to turn down Changyu's offering, but in the face of a hot bowl of noodle soup, he cannot help but take a large bite. How is it? It's delicious. Told you. Changyu crosses his legs. I'm Changyu. You? Do you just tell everyone your name? Exchanging names is common courtesy in Kowloon. You do it after the apology and the noodles. Why not? You aren't exactly dressing in rags. Ran into trouble, didn't you? Want to talk about it? None of your damn business. True. Who isn't in trouble on the night, am I right? I'll leave you to your noodles then. Just remember to be more careful next time. And stay away from the stingy type with a temper. It was a good call making a move when you did. An amateur like you won't stand a chance when Pulao's mechanoids arrive at the bazaar later tonight. I know that. course you do. I'll see you next time then. With that, Changyu finishes his sour plum drink and takes off, whistling and tossing the coin. Changyu, is it? A boy named Huainan watches as Changyu departs, buried in thought. It takes him a moment before he returns to his bowl of shacha noodles. When he finishes, Huainan shoves the empty bowl aside and gets up, ready to leave. You, stop her right there. Who, me? Obviously. You stay right there. What's wrong? That punk said you're paying his tab. It's 1 shacha noodles and 1 sour plum drink. Paying with grubs or what? Huainan turns to where Changyu was headed and finds him turning around at the same time. Changyu waves and cups his hand around his mouth. From a distance he yells, "Your second lesson. Don't be so trusting." Payment code, please. How much is it? That's funny. Mystery. How? Have you ever considered that maybe people should just get to live? Blah, 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 blah. What if we were so. Fresh livers, freshly harvested from fresh bodies. Check it out. Lincoln for prosthetics. Here's your one-stop shop for all your mechanical body parts. Toasty pupas, fresh off the grill. Ma, can I have this? Zip it. One more word and I'm selling you to the bad wagon. How do you like that? Hey, lady. Cute kid you got there. Just a bit of a waste to send him off in the wagon. No. How about let me take him off your hands? At a premium even. I know you ladies have it rough on this boat. You getting ideas on my kid now? Get the hell away before you piss me off. Whoa, easy. There's no need to be uncivilized. Boy pulls a face at the shady merchant as his mother drags him away. Damn kid. I'm gonna get you one day. You show him, boss. Who the hell are you? It's cool, man. I feel you. I can't believe how disrespectful that little brat was. None of your business, you little shit. Get lost. Oh, mister, you really shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I'm here to do business. Business? Does it look like a candy shop here, kid? Changyu quickly scans his surroundings, making sure no mechanoid guards are patrolling nearby. He removes the bag from his waist. It is the most ordinary purse, identical to the one the merchant has on his stall, but Changyu is holding it more cautiously than one would a child, carefully unzipping the bag before the merchant's eyes. I said get lost. The hell? Is this the construct? Shh. The Kowloon crew's gonna confiscate it if they find out. How did you? Merchant coughs and lowers his voice, trying to sound calm and collected. How did you get your hands on a receptor? Where does it come from? I'm just the errand boy. My employer is a pretty private person, so I'm acting as his eyes and ears. And from what I've heard, you're the most reputable vendor in these parts. You bet. You're in luck, kid, because your new buddy Todd here is the fairest merchant of them all. The shady merchant reaches for Changyu's bag as he speaks. Now, the fair thing to do is to inspect the goods first. Hey. Changyu clenches the bag in his hands, his face filled with suspicion. Give us an offer, and you can inspect it all you want. This is just my first stop of the night. My employer told me to get a few more offers before making a deal. Trust me, you won't be getting a better offer than mine. Really? Enough with the dialect. I thought you were here on business. So, show me the merchandise. Fine, but you better be careful. The receptor cost my employer a fortune. He just got it from a trader who arrived from the mainland. The shady merchant has stopped listening to Changyu's babbling. His hand meticulously traces the horned contour of the receptor, his eyes wide with awe and greed. Run! The Kowloon crew! The damn Kowloon crew is coming! The hysterical hawker sprints in the direction of Changyu, screaming and shouting as he nears. He is holding all of his wares in his arms, the bits and pieces falling all over as he frantically runs. The shouting causes a commotion in the black market. What's with the Kowloon crew? They never paid attention to the black market. Is some bigwig making deals here again? Just pack up and bolt. I don't want my stuff confiscated like last time. Come on, it's my first day here. What? The Kowloon crew? Listen, buddy, I gotta run. We'll do this again sometime. Hey, hand the receptor back. Here you go. I'm out of here. Merchant shoves the purse into Changyu's arms, then swiftly packs up his goods and vanishes into the night. Changyu shakes the bag as he has been handed, and out comes crisp, clinking sounds. And scene. The door of the gambling den by the street corner slides open, and out slips a young man. Shoutings can be heard through the gap from the many stirring gambling heads. Red and green lights flash intermittently from the 3 neon signs above the door. The center one writes Fortune's favor, while its two sides sit give fools their gold and knaves their power. The beggar who frequents outside the gambling den greets the exiting young man. Changyu, my lad, where have you been? Without answering, Changyu grins and casually throws the beggar a grub. He catches it. We're gonna get busted if you keep taking shortcuts through the den. I know what I'm doing, old man. I'll let you stop worrying and go grab some food instead. My treat. Look at that smoke face of yours. What have you done this time? Where's the boy who's been hanging out with you? Before Changyu can answer, a group of barefoot urchins come running down the alley. Like a well-oiled machine, the children surround Changyu, pulling some pulling his sleeves, while others holding onto his legs, their voices chiming and chattering. Changyu, give us some snack money, please. You monkeys. Despite complaining, Changyu takes out a handful of grubs nonetheless. Scoot, leave me alone. You're the best. The urchins collect their bounty and scatter. And where they were stands someone else leaning against the wall. Didn't take you as so uncharitable. We're all literally on the same boat, trying to make ends meet, sorry. Not that it's my money anymore, anyway. So, did you get it? Forget it. Changyu gestures dramatically in disappointment. Of course I got it. There's nothing I can't do if I set my mind to it. That guy immediately panicked when he saw me acting oh so reluctant, and he swapped his money bag with my horny one during the fiasco. Real impressive switcheroo, I'll give him that. Shame he got outplayed. I wonder what his face looks like once he finds out the receptor is fake. Well, you reap what you sow. By the way, you were fantastic. Even I got a little scared of the Pulau crew chasing you. Stop exaggerating. Perhaps Discord does make Concord. Changyu ran into Huainan a few more times since their first eventful encounter, and the two young men eventually became friends and business partners. Let's roll. Full wallet means full bellies. Huainan looks meek with Changyu's arm around him. Don't spend it all like you did last time. The door to the gambling den suddenly bursts open, and 2 black-clad men drag and throw out a humanoid body. The injured figure gives a muffled grunt. It is a construct. Black liquid covers the construct's face and hides the body's features. It groans sporadically as it extends its arm towards Changyu, seemingly desperate to grasp onto something. A construct here of all places. The construct's hands drop. Its body lies still on the ground. Changyu is no stranger to scenes like this. They are a common sight on the boat, and all he can do is look out for himself and nothing more. That is how one survives the nighter. Then he notices how tight Huainan is gripping his head. Excuse me. Changyu can feel him shaking through his coat, struggling to stay composed. You good? The beggar nearby immediately averts his gaze, pretending nothing has happened. Huainan takes a deep breath and lets go of Changyu, giving him a small nod. I'm good. This is the construct? Not our damn business, isn't it? They probably sold their bodies as merchandise to become constructs. If that's what it takes for them to survive, then that's their choice. And that's how things go here. You live with it. But how? Have you ever considered that maybe people should just get to live? What if we weren't supposed to sell our souls only for a shot of life? What's that all about? It's always a trade. Always. Is that so? Maybe you're right. What you said is no way to survive on this boat. Yeah, I was overthinking it. Let's go. I've still got things to do after this. Are you really alright? They look into each other's eyes. Changyu scratches his head. Let's go then. What do you want to eat? There's only silence in the alleys in the dead of night. Oh. Out of nowhere comes a piercing scream, followed by frantic footsteps, gunshots, a heavy thud as something falls on the ground. Everything is quiet again, save for the ravaging wind on the deck. So unfair. Probably runs out of gambling folks at this hour. Might as well call it a day. The coughing beggar curls up in the freezing wind. He goes and packs up his belongings, only to find a pair of feet standing in front of him. A question, old man. You! What the hell are you doing here in the middle of the night? Out of the shadow comes a young man crouching before the beggar. Just wondering what's the deal with the construct earlier. You heard anything about it? Oh, what's it to you? Just curious. Come on, haven't I been treating you pretty well? Want to give me the scoop? I don't mind telling you, but you better not get involved with that lot. I'm just being nosy. Folks like us, the worst thing we can face on this boat is uncertainty. Don't you agree? Well, if you say so. The beggar thinks for a moment. The bad wagon. Bad wagon? You mean Akdelek, the enterprise built on top of a train. They control the bulk of Earth's economy. For some reason, they have their eyes on us recently and bought a bunch of constructs on the black market. Changyu has heard of this bad wagon in the past, but he never thought it would concern him to someday. Word is they're experimenting on putting mechanoid brains into human bodies, even though swapping minds between different species is forbidden. That or they're buying the constructs as toys for the aristocrats. Now you know where the construct buddies that they throw away every time we talk come from. And I hear that they're looking for humans suitable to be refitted into constructs. Knowing what I know now, maybe you should keep an eye out. Is Akdelek why those merchants are attending the trade fair? But why the Nighter? Who knows? But no one's bothered to hide anything even when someone pokes around, if you know what I mean. Just don't do anything stupid. I see. I appreciate it. Leave you be. Akdelek. Why none? What happened? Oh, jeez. Scar. Huainan enters his room to find Changyu sitting cross-legged by his bed. A map covered in scratches and marks is laid flat on the table, its folds smoothed out by pencil-chewing Changyu, buried in thought. Hey, what's up? What took you so long? And where have you been lately? Forget it. Check this out first. What is it? Is that the plan of the Nighter? Drawn by yours truly. I've marked every inch of the boat that I could set foot on, so this should be pretty accurate. Changyu takes his pencil and circles the spot marked Trade Fair, then continues drawing along a series of crooked passageways all across the deck until it reaches the edge of the Nighter. This is my next target. The Trade Fair. Think bigger. Akdelek. Ambitious. Changyu and Huainan follow their guide to the dimly lit laboratory underground. Shabby as the place may be, the constant humming from the equipment and the rows of test tubes filled with colorful liquids have made this already tiny space uncomfortably oppressive. It's up ahead. You can talk to the doctor yourself. Thanks. Didn't think you'd know a place like this. Changyu takes stock of the strange surroundings and mutters to Huainan. And I thought you were going to stop me. Why Akdelek? Excuse me. For justice. Bullshit. Fine. I just wanted to know how you would react. You've got a history with them, don't you? I'm not ready to talk about myself. That's alright. I wasn't probing. But I'm serious about Akdelek. That's a little bit of a misspell right there. I've done some digging. They're looking for live bodies on the boat, those that can be refitted into constructs. I think I can make a score from it. And now's your chance to stop me. Will it work? Of course. We are partners. Changyu's eyes glint with fervency and sincerity. Huainan saw himself reflected in them. He paused for a moment, then pushed his hair aside, revealing a horrendous scar on his neck. Even concealed behind his collar, the swollen crimson mark on his neck was still clearly visible. It wound and weaved on Huainan's skin, crawling and slithering. This is my quarrel with Akdalek. Huainan straightened his coat and hit the awful scar. I'm not stopping you, but I need to know where your information's coming from. Can you trust them? Their reputation precedes them in the black market. Spend a little money, grease some wheels, and nothing's hidden under the sun. Meddling right under their noses, huh? Here's my plan. I'll pretend to be one of the merchandise, and after Akdalek purchases this remarkable body, I'll escape with their money and leave them empty-handed. Just trust me. Akdalek wants bodies that are suited to be constructs. Do you even fit the requirement? Or are you forging your data? The secret to a well-planned scheme is to not plan everything. You have to follow the ebb and flow of the plot, manipulating it the way you do water, guiding it just enough so it flows where you want it. Is this your third lesson? What? No! The third lesson is don't trust strangers, but you must trust your partner unequivocally. I know a place. They can check if your body's suitable to be refitted. Doctors like that are a dime a dozen on the black market. I happen to know one who will do anything for the right price. So let's go. Huh? I never said I'm sitting this one out. Maybe I can tell you something about me after this. Okay. Are you listening? Changyu? What is it? I wasn't paying attention. Focus this time. Now, you should be familiar with our damn collars. Everyone on this boat has one around their neck. It serves two functions. First of all, it's a way to remotely control us, even if it's only indirectly. The two primary commands coded in the collar mean we can't leave the nighter and we can't harm it. It's also our ID. The collars on this boat have records of all bodies on board the knighting, living, construct, mechanoid. Changyu traces the collar on his neck. Of course he knows of it, but he has never really considered what his existence means. He has lived the same routine on this boat as far as he can recall for 3 months, a year, or 3. He has no recollection, and he can never quite put his finger on it. Everything just happened. One human, one set of corresponding data. Excuse me. Including that person's tantalum 193 affinity. Tantalum 193 affinity? Only those with high enough tantalum 193 affinity can be refitted into constructs. Assuming somewhere on this boat is a person with the desired tantalum 193 affinity, someone who's not associated with the official merchandise from the Kowloon crew. That's who Akdalek is after. That's the leverage we need. So, we have to figure out where we are merchandise material to begin with. That's right. It would be so much easier if we can just be part of the wares on display, but if we can't do that, we can still get what we're after here. How come you know all of this so well? The worst thing we can face on this boat is uncertainty, don't you think? Are you the one? The two young men are interrupted by the approaching surgeon. His face may be concealed by a mask, but it is clear that his eyes are keenly examining Changyu. Follow me. They're doing our examinations simultaneously to save time. You can head in first. Mine's also about to start. I'll see you later. Whew. I'm not gonna lie, my eyes are now starting to get drowsy. Holy. Ugh. Not that the story is boring or anything. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna splash some cold water on my face. Wait. Okay. Alright. Hopefully the cold water did its job. I don't know. My eyes still feel a bit heavy. Alright. Dream. The minimalist tavern Changyu chose is a little ragged, but well supplied. With the token he stole, Changyu has no trouble getting into a place of this caliber to rent a room. A simple one, to avoid attention. Right now he's sitting by the bed, cross-legged, listening to the singing outside. The antique television in the room is playing movies of generations past, and the moonlight has tainted Changyu's shadow blue. Someone opens the door to the room. I'm back. Which one do you want, sachet noodles or wonton noodles? Wonton noodles. That's what Uncle Fu thought, so it comes with extra sauce. Here. Uncle Fu is the best. I'm so blessed. Changyu squeals with delight, snatching the takeout box while Hainan hands him. Hey, let me try your sachet noodles as well. Slurp. Hot. What's the rush? Gulp. Why not? This is some hardcore stuff. Water. I need water. I only added a teaspoon of chili sauce. Here, your water. Gobble. Changyu does not stop until his bowl is completely empty. He lets out a satisfying burp. Hey, why not? Shall we play a game? A game. Let's see. Tell me your biggest wish in 5 seconds. Now, I wish tomorrow was the Dragon Boat Festival. Then we can go get rice dumplings at Uncle Fu's. His dumplings are the absolute best in the world. You haven't really lived until you've tried one. That's it? Sure. I mean, I also hope that everything goes well tomorrow night at the trade fair. But I can't really see things going wrong when I'm involved. Sometimes I wonder where you got your damn confidence. But I'd be lying if I say you aren't good at this. I'm not joking. Don't you notice? Whether it's those rich assholes or those exploitative merchants, bad people always come with bad karma. I've seen so many of them on this shitty boat, stinking, corrupted trash that poisons the place and hurts everyone around them. But karma is karma. When I come collecting, the gods will be on my side. Then all it takes is a bit of planning, a little bit of luck, and everything goes my way. I'm no hero, but even I can't stand these bullies. And if good people can't do anything about it, maybe it takes a bad guy like me to take out the trash. That I can live by. That's why this is going to work. Because Act Like hurt you, didn't I? I will never forgive anyone who hurt my friends. Changyu's voice gets quieter and quieter until he turns silent and withholds the last line. Hainan raises his brows. What? Your turn. What do you wish for? I wish that it all goes well at the trade fair tomorrow. That's my wish. You wished for rice dumplings tomorrow. Hey. Changyu is about to protest, but then he suddenly bursts out laughing. Oh my. It's been a while since I ate noodles with someone else face to face. Like some sort of celebration. You made it sound like we just had our last meals. Knock on wood. Shut it. The mouthful of yours is gonna take away our luck. The gods are already on our side. Why else do you think my T193 affinity matches the trade requirement? Just make sure you have my bag outside the venue when things kick off. Fine. If only my affinity also matches. It's all going to work out. Don't worry. Oh, great vibe on the deck today. Listen. Thoughts unrequited, tugged like graying strands unkept. Dancing phantoms for whom is left the ruth and woe. Dying embers, candles wane for wax and weep. Night arrives outside their window pane. The bustling streets mimic the flickering neon above and in the space between them. A dreamlike sequence of light and shadow plays out on the tavern wall. Laughter and cries can be heard in the distance, where sky lanterns take to the sky. Through their window, the night is nothing but an extravagant show of shadow puppetry, unreal and untethered. Changyu, I want to ask you something. Be honest with me. June, Unless you're asking for the password of my bank account. Do you have a bank account? Fine, you got me. No, I don't. Alright, what's the question? Have you heard of the butterfly dream? I think so. Some guy named Zhuangji dreamt of a butterfly, and he couldn't figure out if it had been him who dreamed of it, or if it had been the butterfly who dreamed of him. Let's say, hypothetically, this world you're living in was an illusion. Would you want to escape it? Why am I not surprised you'd ask something like that? But for me, all that matters is what's here now. Not that I can't tell how much you're skeptical of this boat. Well, what does it matter if it's real or not? Is it being happy enough? Because it's not what you're feeling, but the feeling itself that makes the thing authentic. There's no way we can tell if the world is real as long as we're in it. If we keep second guessing the ground we walk on every step of the way, we'll never go anywhere. We don't hope to live. We live to hope. We live with hope. Maybe someday the punishing virus will be gone, and we'll all return to the outside world. That's a nice hope to live for, isn't it? Punishing virus. Been a while since I've thought about it. A while, huh? It's very you, the way you answered it. Enough about me. What about you? Kwainan does not answer. Lights and shadows mask his face, concealing his thoughts from Changyu. In the silence, the old movie on the television sounds especially loud. You ever had a dream like that? I won't allow myself to be stuck in a dream. And you dare treating it other than illusion. That an illusion. It's suicide, being trapped in an illusion. What's the point of living if none of it is real? If you don't wake up, how can you tell what is real then? I despise it. Your hope. It's just another lie that distracts us from our suffering. So I'll do what needs to be done if it means waking up from this damn dream. What is but a dream? Dang. Is that so? If we get to choose. Changyu blinks out for a moment, then retreats to his smiling self. Well, didn't take you as a thinker. Kwainan chuckles and shakes his head. He grabs the remote control for the television, and instantly the room is filled with cheerful music. What did you take me as then? Should I remind you how much you screwed up the first time I met you? Do you have to bring that up? What, am I wrong? Changyu grabs the pillow by his side, smacks Kwainan with it. The two boys laugh, both at ease that their plan gradually falls into their place, as their plan. Like a dream. Kwainan, you're going to tell me about yourself after this, right? I'll be an open book. There's no turning back at that point. That was actually nice. I like that. I like both of their point of views on the whole escaping an illusion thing. I like it. Nightmare. The theater was a magnificent building, donned with emerald-tiled roofs and ruby-colored walls. It saw a long line of guests and ushers in front of its gate, who filled the air with greetings and shouts. With righteous anger our heroes born, aloof to pain, to death, one's just deserts. Changyu, you'll lead a good troop someday. Changyu, remember to come home soon. Home? What home? Kowlongers do not fear war, because war cannot break the will of Kowlong. Changyu, take care of the theater and your troop. Who's talking? It's so familiar, but I can't. Maybe people should just get to live? What if we weren't supposed to sell our souls only for a shot at life? Is that so? In those glimpses of memories, Changyu could see numerous blazing fireballs falling from the sky into the heart of the city. The scared folks in front of the theater were screaming. Dark silhouettes with scarlet-tinted eyes emerged from the flame. What were they? Changyu tried to look through the scorching fire, desperate to figure out what they were. Wake up, Changyu. Wake up! Changyu opens his eyes and finds himself in total darkness. His heart is beating frantically, his fingertips numb from dread, as the frightful dullness spreads from his hand to his spine to his brain. Someone is standing by his bed. It is not Huainan. His breaths would have been calmer, his presence less malignant, even if he has mystified Changyu at times. To Changyu, Huainan is an owl on the hunt in the dead of night, silent and alert. Changyu steadies his breaths. With his With his muscles tense and his fists tighten, Changyu's body is ready and primed, like a panther by its prey. The man leans closer, and Changyu springs to action. He averts the man's approach with one hand, then violently grips his throat with another. In the blink of an eye, the man is at Changyu's mercy. Changyu has the man restrained. Their brief clash echoes loudly in the small, confined space. Somehow the table lamp by the bed got switched on, its gears turning loudly. Good evening. The time is now 8:25, 46 seconds. Changyu's eyes widen. He never forgets a face, and the face in front of him belongs to none other than the tycoon he encountered that fateful night. You, of all people? Where is Huainan? I wasn't expecting a skilled fighter. That's on me. Answer my question. Changyu tightens his grip, almost bending the man's head backward. He should be running out of breath, and yet he looks remarkably calm and unfazed. The opposite of the gluttonous man Changyu remembers him as. This is just business, kid. I have no intention of getting involved with what's going on between the two of you. And saying that I've failed and probably won't get paid, this isn't even business anymore. You should probably leave your questions to the one actually involved. What are you going on about? Did Akdelek send you, or did... Where's Huainan? What did you do to him? Do you mean your friend? He's already heading to the trade fair. On his own? It's not even opening until tomorrow night. Don't you know how long you've been sleeping? Changyu looks outside the window and finds the streets bustling with crowds and chants. The trade fair has already begun. I slept the whole day? Changyu pins the tycoon to the ground with his foot, then ties him up with torn up bedsheets. After making sure the knots are secured, Changyu immediately goes over the bag he placed on the table. Everything inside, including the data on Akdelek, the plan of the Niter, and the data chip that proves Changyu's Tantalum 193 affinity, all gone. God damn it! What was he thinking? Whether it is conflicting emotions or the nightmare that just haunted him, something is giving Changyu a crushing migraine. He is getting hasty. He's pretending to be me at the fair? He can't fight at all if somebody finds out. There's no time to hesitate. Changyu grabs his bag and throws everything remaining on the desk inside. No matter his reasons, Changyu needs to know. He would not have allowed it if Huainan was risking his life for him. What is he up to? What has he planned for Akdelek at the trade fair? Hey, I would stay here if I were you, says the man tied up on the ground unprompted. Changyu would have ignored him, but he pauses after hearing what the man says. Ignorance is bliss. There are things better left unknown. There is virtue in being a nobody, isn't there? Is that not acceptable to you? You don't get it. This is my choice. Be it lies or even betrayals. Changyu tightens his fists and walks out the door, leaving the man behind. He will tell me himself. Time to fight. There seems to be more guards around. The auction must be starting soon. I must find Huainan before it starts. Oh, quick and easy. That was really quick and easy, yeah. Nice. the truth. The wind hits the windows and slips through its frame, thumping, howling. Huainan is right there on the other side. His hair is a mess, his sunken eyes showing no emotions. Changyu has never seen him like this, as if a deadly blizzard is brewing under his skin, ready to be unleashed. They stand opposite each other, eyes locked. A shiver goes down Changyu's spine. As you can see, I lied. Why is that? Were you worried for my safety, or were you using me to get inside because you failed the test for Tantalum 193 affinity? Not that I'm obligated to tell you this. To qualify as merchandise, I need to take advantage of who you are. Who I am? Your suitability is what I've been after since the very beginning. That tycoon was just an actor I hired to get close to you. It took a while, I admit, getting close to you. But you've been so damn accommodating every step of the way, so at least it was effort well spent. Why me? Don't flatter yourself. You're just one of a very long list of names. I've made so many plans, all for a shot to get what I want. You and Actilec are both a means to an end. Actilec is a buyer I contacted quite a while ago. They needed suitable bodies, so I needed tools to fabricate my qualification. That also took a while. So much energy wasted on names after names, looking for someone that fits the bill. And so much time spent spreading rumors of Actilec's evil doing. Which is funny, by the way. You won't believe how easy it is to sway the public's opinions. All it took was a few made-up stories told at the right time. People are always more willing to believe in weird bullshit than stone-cold facts. But that construct we saw. You're so gullible sometimes. You thought you knew the beggar? Do you want to know how few grubs it took me to have him put on a show for you? So I acted like never wronged you. You were quite insistent, so I had to make something up to quench your curiosity. Credit where it's due. What you said about following the ebb and flow of the plot was really inspiring. I wouldn't have gone as far as I have without pushing you down the drain and watching you flow. Now it all makes sense. The times Huainan got unexpectedly quiet, the weird questions he would sometimes ask, the days he was unaccounted for. Changyu was shaking. Why? Why are you trying to be Actilec's merchandise? Merchandise gets to leave this boat, to finally leave this abomination behind. You want to leave the Niter. You always knew that, didn't you? You won't survive out there without the boat's resources and filters. The world outside is filled with corrupted. Then how have the visiting merchants survived? Are corrupted even real? Have you seen one with your own eyes? What if they're also just ideas planted in our heads by those callers? How can you tell what is real and what is a goddamn dream? I don't know. I've seen them. I can't remember. My head hurts. You know? One night I suddenly realized I couldn't recall my past at all. Once that doubt seeped in, I couldn't get rid of this pain. I should be the one asking why. To live like a machine following its program day after day after day for all the years to come, barely a shell of yourself. Why? Why would you accept that fate? No, it's not like that. The callers might not control how we think or act, but they for sure make a fool out of all of us. If they tell us to dive, we make sure we drown ourselves and drag someone down with us. Even your ridiculous self-righteous justice. Every goddamn thing on this boat knows this. Even you, and you just accept it. Is that not funny to you? None of you bothers to imagine something more, to see through their lies, because they are so damn safe and comfortable. And more of you, you praise it. You praise this ridiculous butterfly dream weaved by Hua Shu because you're so damn used to it. You disgust me. Hua Shu, or whatever that authoritative piece of shit calls itself, and the docile pigs that willingly praise and grovel to it. You all disgust me. I will not stand living my life on a leash, based on some hope that one day this boat may dock on uninhabitable land. I'm getting rid of this damn monster. I'm going to the real world. I'll find out who I am. I will be free. Why not? I've never thought of it like that, but You're just like them. That's not true. I've listened to everything you've said. I remember every word, and I've never stopped thinking. Enough. What does it matter if you're just gonna end up like the rest of those fools? So turn your back on me already and carry on with that damn dream of yours. You could have told me. If you would have just told me that you feel stuck here and you want to go home. You thrive here, Changyu. You're happy here. So dream your homecoming dream, or deliver your self-righteous justice if it fulfills you. I wasn't going to take that away from you. Head back and pretend nothing's happened. I'm only another damn thing that got traded away on this boat. Someone you briefly met. Someone who brought you a few decent memories. How can I pretend nothing has happened after everything we've been through? You made your choice when I offered you reality away from this dream. Bullshit. You've never thought to trust me because you never see me as anyone else other than one of them. Do you think I've never had my doubts about you? The worst thing we can face on this boat is uncertainty. Isn't that right? I never told you that. Changyu, you're so goddamn naive. Would you have told me everything if I chose the truth then? Does it matter anymore? All you need to know is you would have lived if you'd chosen the truth. But you've decided to stay in your dream. So let me make sure you don't wake up. I will not allow you to expose what I've done. Why not resist his weapon? The blade glistens in the wind. Don't be so damn trusting. That's what you said. Why not? You don't deserve my trust. If this is what you want, then so be it. Dang. Right. You shouldn't have come, Changyu. Say that to yourself. Come on. Make the first attack. Okay, he did. Once you have suspicion, it will grow inside you. One day you will understand that feeling. Changyu, do not lose yourself anymore. Still, I cannot do it. Oh, gotta interact with them. I have never doubted you. Take care of yourself. Bainan falls to the ground with a loud thud. Take care of yourself. Changyu's head is abuzz with the horrid cries and clashes in his dreams. The screams haunt him, until even the noises turn quiet, and all that remains is the last word of a pointless fight. Changyu's pupils dilate as he falls to the ground by his friend, the last thing in his sight being a group of medical personnel with tranquilizers in their hands slowly approaching. The smell of gasoline is what wakes Changyu. He lets out a quiet moan, struggling to shake off the effect of the tranquilizer. He tries to blink, only to find cold, apathetic fluorescent light bathing over him. This is not the niter. Every inch of the space screams indifference. The deep, roaring waves of the ocean are replaced by the heavy, persistent clanking of an engine. You're awake. This is... The person standing by Changyu wears a clean, tailored suit, donning the carved face of a Westerner. Act-alike? Perceptive. You're on the commoner carriage of Aslam, Changyu. You've been traded to us as merchandise. What? Changyu stands up and looks at the strange interior of a train. He has never been on a train before. It does not feel different from the niter. He takes a step forward to the massive floor-to-ceiling window in front of him. He finds his expression reflected on the filthy glass window, and he finds the sight beyond the window reflected in his eyes. The collar. Changyu's fingers gently brush over his neck, but they find nothing where the collar once was. It is such a foreign, yet familiar feeling. The train is plying ahead at full speed. The scenery outside turns into blurry trails of orange lights, as if fireworks have exploded right next to Aslam. Beautiful and dazzling. Until Changyu realizes where the orange glows come from. They are crawling all over the ruins in the distance, are thirsting, trembling, corrupted, staring and chasing after the bellowing vehicle. No longer the flickering phantoms in his dreams, these are real, crazed monsters created by the punishing virus on their way to swallow the planet whole. There is no wonderland or paradise out there. There is only death and uncaring cold. Collapsed buildings, ravaging beasts, overwhelming darkness. This is hell, the end of days, the real world, the truth that houses Changyu. Changyu has never felt so small, never felt so afraid, so curious, so truthful, so thrilled. His new understanding attacks his senses violently, washing over him like an endless waterfall. Changyu meets the crushing tide valiantly as he steadily stands, accepting the weight of this new burden. So this is the real world. Changyu, as protocol stated, you will be joining Actilec as a construct combatant on standby. You will be given time to adjust to life on this train. You will learn the principal tenets, then you will begin training. All, of course, in preparation for you to be refitted into a construct. That said, you still have a choice. The rumors spread on the Niter are all baseless accusations. We are not some dark cults that terrorize and bully people. But they were useful rumors. Taking advantage of your public perception is a fundamental lesson all businessmen must learn. Our predicament, for example, has led us to you. You have potential as a fighter and a companion, one that we can count on. We will not force you to stay here, so this is your one chance to choose. Stay here at Actilec and fight with us, or return to the Niter. I'm sure you will figure out the rest. Welcome to Aslam. Something among those words has snapped Changyu out of his dissociating numbness. Where is Huainan? So, your first concern is your companion's whereabouts. How do you... Forget it. Where is he? We have done our research on you. As for your companion, I too admire his capability. If only he were still alive. The Kowloon crew has declared death penalties for those who violated the regulations of the trade fair. All bodies have sunk to the bottom of the ocean. If you decide to stay, you will learn that tragedies like this will happen all over the world every day. Everyone tries to break the bonds that hold them, only to find themselves stepping into a larger cage. Even the people pulling the strings cannot view the whole picture. But you are not afraid of the uncertainty, aren't you? You are ecstatic. That's good. She will like you. We can use new blood like you. Changyu closes his eye. He does not wish to answer or argue. He shows no emotions, even though the slight twitch at the corner of his mouth may have betrayed him. Understood. Changyu takes a deep breath. Then he opens his eyes. He straightens his back, his unyielding expressions invoking that of someone he once knew. In that case, Actilec, how can I be of service? Outside, night has reluctantly retreated. It will be a while before the next stretch of darkness arrives. So that's how we got onto the Actilec, huh? Good story. I like the third part of this one, where they were talking about the talking about reality and dream and stuff. I liked that little conversation they had. That was a good one. Cool. All right. Hang on. Ugh. Hair in my eye. There's like a hair. There's like an eyelash in my eye. I'm trying to get rid of it. Okay. Let me take a drink of water here. Okay. Last one for now. Luna Laurel. I've already done. Yeah, this was Selena's that I've done a long time ago. I've never done Capriccio though. I did watch. I did 21s. I did Rollins? I don't remember doing Rollins. Luna Laurel. Yep. Next interlude. False hope. Shattered hope. When all hope turns into despair. How's it going? The Corona researcher briefly salutes Nicola as he enters the research lab before shifting his gaze intensely back at the modification bay, separated by a pane of glass. Looks like everything is going surprisingly smooth. The orphans have already completed body modifications. Nicola nods as the corners of his tightly pursed lips seem to relax ever so faintly. Even if the modification is successful, are these kids really suitable for combat? We have no other choice. They will serve as test subjects for Tantalum 193 affinity. Most of our data has been collected from orphans like them. How long until modification is complete? Well, all that's left now is to install the Inver device. The Inver device serves as the construct's vital defense against the punishing virus. It helps stabilize their mind and resist corruption. This is humanity's only glimmer of hope in the fight against the corrupted. Experiments 0215 to 0220. The Inver device installation complete. Uploading memory. A deafening silence falls upon the research lab as everyone nervously awaits the final results. This is the closest they have ever come to success. Upload complete. Upload complete. Memory stable. Preparing resuscitation. The researcher eagerly issues the report, but the others stifle their cheers. If it had not been for Nicola's presence, they would have jumped for joy. Alright, carry on. This time we can finally. Without warning, an ear-piercing alarm erases the hard-earned smiles off their faces. Even though all of the children should have still been under the effects of anesthesia, the feeble body on the operating table curls up in agony and lets out a blood-curdling scream. That's Luna. Hey, get away from her! Nicola is the first to react, but he is too late. The girl bursts out from the incubator and sends a nearby bewildered researcher flying into the wall. Corruption. Critical. And rising. Everyone can tell that the little girl has already become a corrupted. Was she corrupted by the punishing virus? Impossible! The CPF is operational, not to mention the multiple ISO devices in the operating room. How can... Possible. How dare you have the audacity to say such a thing in the face of that? Humanity has the faintest idea about the punishing virus, and the intel available is no doubt partially hidden, intentionally or not. Sir, what should we... Nico looks at the little girl struggling from the effects of punishing virus. Her name is Luna, the younger of two sisters who just so happened to come to the Foundation. Sis... With such a high failure rate, Nicola never bothers to remember their names. But for some reason, the sisters have left an impression on him. Take her out, before the virus spreads. Bitterly, he issues the order through gritted teeth. The surrounding soldiers quietly grip their guns, perhaps out of habit, not compliance. Look here, minions, enough chit-chat and freaking out. Your business is done here. Get out of here. The door of the research lab is kicked open as a squad of heavily armed soldiers pour into the room. A tall, middle-aged man stands in front of them, hunched over with a wretched demeanor. Hey, who do you think you guys are? Who do you guys think you are? Nicola immediately stops the commotion, shakes his head, and motions for them to comply with the order. Only once all of the soldiers have exited the premises does he speak to the man who burst into the room. Collins, what brings you here? These veterans have all passed the test of the test for Tantalum 193 affinity. They are ready to undergo surgery and form a task force to fight the corrupted. I will be in charge of this squad for the time being. Consider me your superior, boy. Although he hates being called boy, he does not want to waste any more time with them. Sorry, I don't have time to reminisce with you, sir. We were just... I know, you just had an incident with the punishing virus. A corrupted appeared here, did it not? Colin pushes Nicola aside and saunters into the research lab, approaching the corrupted Luna. Oh boy. Unable to control herself, Luna waves her slender arm and smashes it against the reinforced glass separating the operating room and the laboratory. The superhuman force of her arm cracks the multi-layered glass. You see, dear boy? Isn't she a cutie? She wants to kill me with every ounce of her being. Such pure and unbridled malice. Collins gently rubs the cracking reinforced glass and looks at Luna. Nicola can even see some semblance of craving in his eyes. Compared with them, human beings are so much more twisted and complex. Even the act of killing requires them to find a good enough excuse. Nicola pulls Colin a safe distance away from Luna and whispers, "What the hell do you know, Collins? What is the invert device? Why does it trigger the punishing virus? Believe me, dear boy, I would absolutely love to tell you everything I know. But I'm sorry, you don't have the clearance. Not yet. Please inform your subordinates that what happened here today is strictly confidential and should not be leaked in any form. Otherwise, we will meet again in another form." Collins puts his hand on Nicola's shoulder and whispers that so that only he can hear. "You and I have survived this long Kurono because we understand what it means to follow the rules." Nicholas shrugs off his hand and leaves without turning to look at him. "I see. Dear boy, don't show your teeth unless you know for a fact that your bite will kill." Hearing this, Nicola relaxes his clenched fist, or rather forces himself to. "Well then, goodbye for now. I'll be waiting for you to reach my level, waiting for you to open your eyes and make up your mind." After confirming that Nicola and the other researchers have left the room, Collins turns and stands before the squad members once more. Finally, Luna manages to smash through the fortified glass with a continued barrage of attacks. Shattered shards fly past Collins, who remains unflinching as he lets out a wicked grin. "Get to work. Kill the corrupted and all the potential corrupted." "But, sir, the other modified children aren't showing any signs of corruption." "Is there something faulty with your transmitters? Fine. Let me repeat myself one more time. Kill the corrupted and all of the potential corrupted." Collins, I keep saying Callan. Collins pats the leader on the shoulder and grins. "If I have to repeat myself one more time, I'll lose my already very generous temper." The leader grits his teeth, aims his rifle at the group of teenagers dreaming about their new lives at constructs. "Sorry." The dense firepower smothers his words, making him inaudible. The others also join him in his apology, even though no one can bring themselves to say it out loud. Collins gently hums among the flashing gunfire, as if reveling in an extraordinary performance. However, his smile quickly sours. Although bathed in a storm of bullets, Luna remains standing and walks towards Collins one step at a time. "What are you doing? Can't you just stick to the script?" I don't really do the screaming thing. I don't want to be too loud. Luna covers her head and unleashes a beastly roar. Let me take a drink. Then rushes at Collins with unprecedented speed, but stops right before she can crush his throat. Luna desperately grabs her hand in an attempt to suppress her desire to attack Collins, seemingly to Collins' dissatisfaction. Hey, that's it? Sir, stay back! A nearby soldier rushes forward, knocking Luna to the ground with his gun stock, steps on her, and unloads his magazine into her limbs. Oh, Jesus. He empties his magazine and pulls out his pistol to aim it between her eyes, only to discover that Luna begins to weep. Lucia. Sis, where are you? I want to go home. Corrupted can cry? Collins grabs the pistol from the dumbfounded soldier and shoots Luna until the magazine is empty. Hey, what's your name? Hiro. Hiro, sir. Hiro, my dear boy. Regardless if they look human or not, there's nothing human about a corrupted. Any sign of emotion might just be a trick to catch you off guard. But she was still human a few minutes ago. Collins gives Hiro a swift kick in the rear. You won't have much longer to live if you don't quit acting so gullible. Or do you want to hurry back to mommy? Yes, sir. About the corrupted and potential corrupted. How should we dispose of them? Throw them in the trash disposal facility where they belong. I'll leave the trash to you. Collins looks at the ravaged Luna and sighs before waving at his subordinates and walks away. I'm always left to take out the trash. Can't something happen to get the blood pumping for one change? Like the arrival of mankind's true savior, or the birth of the last destroyer of mankind. What do you have to say about that? The officer nods in confusion, not knowing what his superior is going on about. What a bore. Man, I hate that dude. That's so messed up. Made into constructs only to then be disposed of. Jeez. Lightless night. When night never ends and tomorrow never comes. Are you going out tonight, Lucia? Yeah, we're all out of food. And it's too dangerous to go out during the day. There are the corrupted and the bad people. But I'm too scared to sleep here all alone. Don't worry, you'll be fine as long as you stay out of the dark. Are there really monsters hiding in the dark? You bet. There are super duper scary monsters that will gobble up little kids in one bite. Lucia? What is it? Can you hold my hand until I sleep? Just for tonight. Didn't you say that last night? Lucia, please? No. Really? Sis? Fine. But you gotta promise me you'll fall asleep quick. I will. Holding Lucia's hand, Luna closes her eyes. With her warm grip, the lonely dark nights become way less scary. But no matter how long she waits, Luna never finds Lucia's hand. Lucia? Luna feels around for her sister's hand. Finally grasping it, she discovers that it is now stiff and cold as ice. Lucia! Waking up from the hazy dream, Luna lifts up the hand she has been holding in the dim light, only to discover that it is in fact a hand, with nothing attached. A corrupted hand. She has seen them wandering by the road. Lucia told her to never go near those monsters. Luna throws the hand away and jumps back, accidentally tripping over something else on the ground. She can feel the agonizing pain from the wounds all over her body, but the real pain comes from a strange feeling in her mind. A peculiar noise clamors by her ears as if trying to tell her something, but upon listening more closely she realizes it is just her own voice. Where am I? Luna remembers that she secretly replaced her sister and went with the group of imposing men to become a construct. She does not know exactly what a so-called construct is, only that if she becomes one, she and her sister could go to Babylonia, where they can eat their fill and take hot showers every day. All I remember was taking a pill the doctor gave me, then I fell asleep. After that, Luna tries to recall what happened after she fell asleep, but her memory is all in disarray. It's so dark here. Is anybody there? She tries to yell out, but is only answered by her echo. Lucia, sis, I'm scared. Where are you? There's no warmth from a bonfire. No warmth from her sister. only the cold, uncaring darkness. Her eyes brim with tears at the thought of her sister. She can barely stop herself from crying out loud. But right at that moment, a dull, low roar comes from deep within the darkness. Luna clasps her mouth shut, too afraid to cry any longer. Is that what my sister warned me about? The monster? A low roar and abrasive sound of dragging feet draw near, closer and closer, step by step. It's coming this way. Lucy said that monsters only hide in the dark because they're afraid of the light. Only there was any. Luna looks around to see a small hill emitting a blinding red light. If I can just make it over there, the monster won't come any closer. She makes up her mind and runs with all her might toward the glowing red light. But as she approaches the red light, she finally discovers its source. Corrupted. The upper half of a corrupted lies on top of a waste pile. Although severely damaged, it still retains its functionality. Noticing Luna, it turns its battered head toward her. Ugh, arg. The corrupted reaches out toward Luna. All she can do is stand there helplessly. Lucia, where are you? Her eyes burn with tears once more. She has seen countless people ravaged by corrupted. Those are the monsters that lurk in the dark, waiting to devour humanity. But to her surprise, the corrupted does not attack her. It gradually relaxes its grip. It becomes dormant once more. In the dim red glow of the corrupted, Luna finally sees what has been causing her such pain. Bullet holes on her body. Is this me? Those imposing men said that she would grow a bit after her body was turned into a construct to improve her combat ability. But what fills her with despair now is the glowing red light coming from her wounds. The same red light as the corrupted. Corruption. Critical. And rising. Take her out before the virus spreads. Get to work. Kill the corrupted and all the potential corrupted. Throw them in the trash disposal facility where they belong. Luna stares into the eyes of the corrupted. Her vision gradually dissolves. The red light is rendered like ink until everything turned red. I'm a corrupted? I'm a monster? The voice echoing in Luna's ear gradually becomes noisy but clear as it approaches, getting so close like it is whispering. Desire, impulse, a higher purpose. Destroy humanity for the sake of humanity. In the glowing red light, Luna hears someone talking, but to her surprise, the voice comes from her own mouth. Humanity must be filtered. There is no escape. There is no survival. Ascend to a higher purpose. You are the agent. You are its will. No, I am Luna. Luna, you can no longer return to your sister's side. You will never see her again. No, Lucia would never leave me. She promised. Lucia, if I ever get lost, if I ever lose my way, what should I do? That time may come. We should be prepared. I know, let's make a deal. If you ever get lost, just stay where you are and don't do anything. Don't do anything? Is that it? Yes. Because I'll be able to find you wherever you are. Even if you become something else, I'll always be able to find you. I promise. I'll wait for you, Lucia. I'll always wait for you. Aww. The noise echoing in her ears gradually weakens, and the corruption's grip on Luna begins to loosen miraculously. Once the blood-red light dissipates, Luna falls into a deep slumber. Silence fills the abandoned facility once more, punctuated only by occasional murmurs from Luna lost in her dreams. Lucia. Lucia. Sis. That's so sad. Filthy monsters. When monsters lose their value, they no longer deserve to live. In the morning, over a dozen Kurono troops, dressed in new uniforms, lined up outside of their tents. Troops recently reborn as constructs. A new spark for humanity's future. A few weeks after Luna's corruption and Colin's arrival, the Corona Research Lab has had a series of successful experiments, even transforming a number of Colin's troops into constructs. Their hearts are filled with trepidation. After all, they are merely children at this point, having no idea what the ramifications of being a construct are. Unlike the stiff recruits, Collins is sitting casually on a rock, filled with indifference. Good morning, children. Starting today, I shall be in charge of your field training. Where's the applause? Nicola, my dear boy, how did you raise them? Nicola closes his eyes, reluctant to answer him. Come on, don't leave me hanging. The soldiers exchanged glances, then gradually joined in applause. A few soldiers laughed, thinking Collins was joking, while another girl with an annoyed look refrains from clapping. What's so great about an old geezer like you? Rather than getting angry, Collins laughs. Ha ha ha, you're right, Letty girl. There's nothing great about this old geezer. Letty's taken aback hearing him say her name so casually. How do you know my name? Collins ignores her and stands up from the rock, addressing all of the new recruits. I don't know what Nicholas told you, but no matter who you were yesterday, whether you are suckling a pacifier or wearing diapers from today onward, you are no longer the protected. You aren't even human anymore. Collins grins as he paces among the recruit, looking at the expression in each of their faces. You will be fighting against monsters. As monsters. Collins continues to smile facetiously? I don't know how to pronounce that. But none of the recruits dare to smile. Of course, whether it be humans or monsters, there is trash and then there are the elites. Collins stops in front of Letty, intentionally or not, and stares at her firmly. Elite monsters are capable of entering Babylonia, whereas trash will be thrown in the dump. Hey, geezer, what are you getting at? Starting today, I will re-evaluate your combat ability and infrared device affinity. If you don't make the cut, you'll be discarded. No one's going to be wiping your asses anymore. No hand-holding, no comfort from mommy, but discarded. You'll be thrown into the toilet and flushed. Voila! Got it? But even if they lack combat ability, they are still invaluable in battle. Soldiers that are useless in training are also useless on the battlefield. The weak will only fill the battlefield with more corrupted. Collins cocks his head at the researcher in surprise, as if he's a freak of nature. Who will be responsible for sending them to their goddamn graves then? Me or you? The researcher musters up a retort but is stopped by Nicola. The soldier charges through the crowd toward Collins. Letty, the girl from before. You've got to be joking. I only risked my life to do this godforsaken surgery so I could go to Babylonia. I don't want to stay in this hellhole to be trained and tested. Send me to Babylonia now. Collins smiles as he waits for her to finish and nods. You're right. This is indeed a hellhole. And this old geezer doesn't want to waste his time playing games with you. You know, I don't have a problem with loudmouths such as you, but you'd better not be all bark and no bite. Otherwise, you're nothing but a silly little lapdog. Letty's face flushes with anger as she throws a punch at Collins. Collins dodges the punch with surprising agility and grabs her by the wrist and with ease. Let me go! Letty tries to shake her wrist free. Theoretically speaking, her strength as a construct should have made it easy for her to overpower Collins. But right as she exerts herself, Collins lets go, causing her to lose balance as she is still unaccustomed to her newfound strength. Collins then swipes across her leg with a kick, and she falls to the ground. I'm gonna kill you! She tries to rally another attack, only to be met with Collins' gun pointing at her chest. Like I said, I don't have anything against loudmouths like you. But if you want to talk big, win approval, or even kill me, you should at least put your money where your mouth is. Collins reaches a hand into his sleeve, pulls out a pocket knife, and throws it toward Letty. Not only are you weak and stupid, but more importantly, you don't want even a shred of discipline. Colin takes out a comically small notebook and reads from his notes. According to reports, you often abstain from training. Now, well, where on earth do you go? How would I remember? Great. Looks like your memory isn't much of anything either. No worries. I'll help you refresh it. Collins turns a page and acts surprised. During the many times you've skipped out on training, you've either gone rummaging through the remains of casualties or breaking into civilian settlements to steal their property. Is that right? Rather than denying it, Letty appears to even be a little proud. So what? Protecting them with my life? What's wrong with taking a little off the top? Constructs have no use for rumination. You did it entirely out of greed and stupidity. You've always been quite the rotten apple. Collins disengages the gun's safety and points it back at Letty. Hey, geezer, you aren't really going to shoot me, are you? As a monster, you're nothing but trash. As a human, you're nothing but vermin. What other value does your life have? Collins smiles and waves at Letty. Bye! After several gunshots, silence falls upon the training ground. Another waste of my bullets, damn it. So, Nicola, my dear boy, turns out these scavengers and thugs lack character and conscience. You people are just wasting your time with these kids. Nicola looks at Letty with a blank face. It's normal to do anything to survive. Plenty of these people have the potential to become elite soldiers. Nicola once again thinks about the two sisters who have become constructs. He always has a hunch that if they can survive together, they have the potential to become the so-called spark that guards humanity's last hope. Collins rubs his chin, non-committedly, but seems to lose interest in an instant. Perhaps, dear boy, looking at it that way, there might just be a diamond in the rough. Report to me if you find one, and I shall recommend them for a promotion. As for the trash... As Collins glances at Letty on the ground, the operation leader off to the side immediately stands at attention. Sir, I'll take the trash to the disposal plant. This guy. When did he become so smart? Honestly, he's repulsive. Wow, I really hate Collins. Jesus. Unblessed birth. When an unblessed birth arrives from heaven, is it destruction or salvation? Oh, that's a good line. Gotta take a drink. In the silent disposal plant, something resembling a person suddenly coughs and pushes away the pile of remains and corpses stacking on top. I'm still alive? The figure gropes their chest and unbuttons their shirt, causing a pile of scrap to fall into the ground. Behind them are several bullets lodged before the figure's chest. They saved me. And that old geezer said it was a useless pile of junk. Guess not, since it saved my life. No. Turning on the emergency light source reveals the surroundings and the person's identity. It is Letty. Even though the bullets are designed specifically for killing corrupted, they could not penetrate the pile of stolen items tucked within her jacket, which, to her surprise, prevented potentially fatal injuries to her solid construct exterior. What's this? Letty's surprised to pull out something soft from her bosom, a stuffed doll that looks like an ugly frog. She remembers taking it from a shopping district because it is so hideously cute. So she stuffed it in with everything else on a whim. Oh, looks like I might have a use for this. Have a use for this. Letty presses the doll up against her wounds to stop vital fluid from pouring out. Anyway, where am I? Hey, let me out of here. Letty kicks the iron door on the outer wall with all her might, but there is only a heavy thud. The door is thicker than she has imagined. That old geezer should have killed me. I'm gonna smash his disgusting face in once I get out. Then I'll kill him while he begs for mercy. Only then will I have my revenge. Letty smiles wickedly at the thought of Colin's peril. Suddenly she hears an alarm coming from within her. Punishing virus concentration surging. What's that? What's what? As Letty turns her head in confusion, a few red lights illuminate the depths of the facility. She suddenly remembers seeing such a light in the past. This red light only brings blood, misery, and death. Corrupted? Holding back the sharp pain in her chest, Letty gets up and stumbles to the corner of the garbage disposal plant. Why? Why are there corrupted here? But the red light arrives faster than expected, and there's no place to hide. Letty accidentally falls to the ground while running, and she is quickly surrounded by corrupted. Ugh. Why am I gonna die here? Letty pulls out her pistol and empties her mag at the approaching corrupted, but only a few bullets hit their marks. She regrets not spending more time in training. She should not have slept through target practice. Damn it! Letty tries to quickly reload, but her trembling hands can barely hold on to the magazine. The items stuffed in her chest fall to the ground, and most importantly, so too does the life-saving magazine as it slides away. Before Letty can run to pick up the magazine, several corrupted surround her. Rarg. Damn it. I'm done for. Letty thinks she is going to die at the hands of the corrupted. But strangely, they only roar without taking another step toward her. Sis! A pair of hands lifts Letty to her feet. The hands belong to a construct she has never seen before, but she is about the same age and wears the same clothes as the recruits. Thinking she has been thrown a lifeline, she approaches her. Thank you. We're allies, you and I. But quickly she realizes that she is not an ally at all, nor is she even a construct. She is a corrupted. Right as she tries to escape, the corrupted grabs her hand tightly, scaring Letty half to death. Sis, you're here to save me. It's me, Luna. I've been waiting here for you all along. The corrupted named Luna does not attack her. Instead, she cries like a human child, and Letty is not sure what to do. It's so dark and scary here, but I always knew you'd come. I've been waiting here because I knew you'd come save me no matter what. Sis, but Letty may not be smart, but she is crafty. Right as she is about to deny, she realizes that the only reason she's not attacking her is that she is mistaking her for her sister. Luna? That's right, Luna. Your sister is here to save you. Luna's crying subsides into a smile. She gently nods and hugs Letty. Ouch. Let me go. Despite being pushed away, Luna isn't angry. Instead, she picks up something off the ground. Letty looks at it carefully to see what it is. See that it is the plush doll she has just used to put pressure on her wound. It must have fell out along with the magazine. It's Froggy. You still have it. I knew you'd bring it with you when you looked for me. Sorry, sis. I should have told you I was leaving. You must have been worried sick. Letty watches her cherish the dirty and ugly doll covered with vital fluid in her arms. It disgusts her, but at the same time she is happy that she has come up with a wonderful idea. It's okay. The two of us need to go home together. Yeah, but how do we get out of here? Letty grins with ill intent, patting Luna on the shoulder. No worries, I have an idea. But first we need to take care of the enemies here. Enemies? Yeah, see those corrupted over there? If we don't destroy them, they'll kill me with wounds as bad as these. But they didn't attack me. They're playing tricks on you. Tricks? Yeah, they're trying to catch you off guard. They are monsters after all. They're trying to trick you so they can kill me. Do you not trust your sister? I didn't mean that. I trust you. I believe anything you say, sis. If that's the case, then we have to kill them. Every single one. Yeah. Seeing Luna ready to fight with all her might, Letty struggles to stifle her laughter with all of hers. How can I be this lucky? Good luck, sis. Man. Oh, that's selfish. Understandable, though, in this kind of environment in this world. Luna, kill them all for your sister. For you. Oh yeah, she's not even doing it. She's really not doing anything. Why is everything attacking me?
これが昇格ネットワークの力よ。わかった。
Sis, Lucia, look, I did it. I killed all the corrupted. Yep, not bad. But I don't need you anymore. Wiping out all the corrupted, all Luna wants is praise from her sister. Instead, all she gets is a bullet. The bullet at point-blank range pierces her stomach and the froggy plushie in her arms. The cotton stuffing flies into the air, gently fluttering to the ground like snow. Lucia? Luna looks at the wound in her stomach in disbelief. No longer able to support herself, she slowly falls to her knees. Quit calling me your sister. You disgust me. What sort of filthy monster such as you has a sister? Monster? I'm a monster. The previously suppressed noise once again begins to echo by Luna's ear as the punishing virus concentration starts to rise. Her breathing begins to quicken. Luna struggles to stabilize her breathing as she crawls toward Letty. She longs for an embrace that is not there. No, Lucia, it's me, Luna. I'm not a monster. Tch, out of the way. Letty ruthlessly kicks Luna out of the way, then stomps on Froggy. Monsters deserve to die. Got it? Bang, bang. Letty fires 2 more rounds, silencing Luna. Sis. Lucia. Luna looks at Froggy, filthy like her, as the light fades from her eyes. Quit calling me your sister, you disgust me. What sort of filthy monster such as you has a sister? Lucia? What are you talking about? It's me, Luna. I'm not a monster. It's out of the way. Lucia? Why don't you need me anymore? Didn't we say that we'd always stick together no matter what? Monsters deserve to die. Got it? Lucia. Don't leave me, sis. Humanity's repugnance is engraved in their souls. Anyone's capable of betrayal. Anything can be sacrificed. Even your own sister has abandoned you, her promise broken. She is human, and therefore finds you insufferable. Because she is a human, and you are a monster. Letty fires a few more shots into the air as she laughs wildly, then smugly puts away her pistol. Destroy humanity for the sake of humans. Stupid old geezer, you see that? I can kill corrupted too, you know. All I gotta do is put my mind to it. I ain't no trash. Hey, let me go. Just as Letty pounds on the door to attract attention from outside, she hears something shaking from behind. She turns around to see Luna's surroundings starting to tremble. Huh? Still not dead yet, you little brat? Right as Letty reaches for a gun, Luna appears before her with impeccable speed. What? Before Letty is able to pull out her gun, her arm has been vaporized into the thin air. Without giving her time to scream in pain, Luna pins her down onto the ground. Luna's left arm has transformed into a blade that is now pressed against Letty's jugular. She glows with a sanguine aura, looking completely out of control. Right at the last moment, Luna uses her last ounce of sanity to force her right hand, still not fully corrupted, to stop the blade's strike. Sis, run! Thinking she has caught Luna off guard, Letty uses her other hand to pull out a dagger at her wrist and stabs Luna. Ah, die, you monster! No! Sparks from the clash of metal on metal illuminates the factory with a flash before returning it to silence. The dagger plunges into Luna's chest, but misses a vital point. Luna's arm, however, pierces Letty's throat. Vital fluid spews out of Letty's mouth as the light in her eyes gradually fades. I killed my sister. I really am a monster. A high concentration of punishing virus envelops Luna in a red aura. Destroy humanity for the sake of humans. Monsters. Monsters must be reborn. Outside the tents of the Corona squad, a violent rumbling can be felt, and the flashing glimmer of fire can be seen from afar. Hey, what's going on? Sir. Hero, my boy. You're alive? Give me a sit rep. There was a giant explosion at the disposal plant. And a corrupted escaped. She destroyed the nearest CPF before we even had time to react. We tried to stop her, but almost all of us were wiped out. Even our leader. Hero, my boy, listen, you should take a break. Your memory shell must be busted. How could it corrupted? Just as Collins is about to finish his sentence, he looks up into the sky and shuts his mouth. A girl in pristine white is hovering in the air. Below her, a trail of destruction and remains. Such contrast seems to give her an aura of unparalleled divinity. Nearby corrupted see the explosion from the onslaught and take notice of her. Thinking she is merely another human victim, they charge at her from all directions. Insects. She raises her hand lightly, and spikes formed of the punishing virus pierce all of the surrounding corrupted. The remaining corrupted come to their senses as they realize what she was. They begin to bow before her. It's her. She's the corrupted. Our leader, he... Corrupted? No, she's an angel. An angel! Either he has forgotten her name, or perhaps there is just that stark of a contrast with the construct of before and the Luna of now. Hey, over here, my angel! Collins waves both hands childishly, laughing and crying at the same time. Luna glances at Collins but sees nothing worth stopping for and flies away. Damn, she should have just killed him right there. Hey, angel, my angel! Tears stream down Collins' face, paying no mind to those present. Sir, we finished gathering all our forces. We should launch an attack on the corrupted before she escapes. Forget it. You don't understand. She could have killed everyone with just the wave of her hand. The only reason we are still alive is because she has no interest in us. Watching Luna disappear into the distance, a fanatical smile adorns Collins' tear-stained face. A corrupted that can control the punishing virus while still maintaining her sanity. She is what can only be described as a miracle. I'm afraid she will either bring destruction to humanity, or perhaps she will be the last dawn of its salvation. Collins rubs his chest, unable to stifle his laughter. Haha, such an exciting new development. What a pity my dear boy Nicola wasn't present. Corrupted girl in white, I will find you, and you will be mine. And then, suddenly Collins stops laughing as if something troublesome has popped into his mind. Damn it. Someone like her can't be labeled as a corrupted. She deserves to be called something else. What to call her? Damn it, I hate coming up with names. What is with this guy, man? Iron Will. When the end is nigh, the body may be corrupted, but the soul will never be tainted. In the smoky ruins of underground city 019, a woman in nun's clothes stumbles through the alleys. By the look of the cables and parts left exposed on her injured legs, she is not a human but a mechanoid. She has no name. Instead, others refer to her as Sister based on her appearance. Ah, it's you. She looks back nervously from time to time, as if she is afraid that something will catch up with her. Finally, she stops behind a building. Several corrupted appear at the end of the alley, and other corrupted block the way she came. This should be far enough. I wonder if the kids have escaped. That's none of my business now. I just took them in on a whim. This is the underground ventilation for City 019. Towering ventilation shafts point directly at the sky, also making it the only place where the sky is visible. The mechanoid nun takes out a cigarette from the inner pocket of her robes and puts it in her mouth, something she never does while surrounded by so many children. One last cigarette won't hurt. The corrupted remain off in the distance, refraining from approaching, but she is not surprised. I guess they've already figured out that I will be one of them sooner or later. As the punishing virus concentration continues to rise, she starts to lose control of her left hand that has been holding the cigarette. You're not even going to give me time to light one up? Damn this forsaken world. She takes out a pocket pistol from her robes, her final act of resistance. But when she aims the pistol at her throat with her other hand, she cannot pull the trigger, no matter how hard she tries. Article limitation. Active self-injury is strictly prohibited. Limitation originates from doctrine. I can't even go out on my own terms. Humanity, how arrogant you are. Since you don't intend to give us freedom, why give us the gift of knowledge? Since you are so unwilling to raise future generations, why even bother to create us? She looks up at the sky as if in search of an answer. God, are they really the masterpiece created in your image? There's no need to ask for salvation from others. It's time the humans pay for their sins. She looks in surprise at the figure that appears in the sky. It is not an angel that has come to greet her mechanical soul, but a girl with an aura of equal parts divinity and danger. You're that girl? It's you, Luna. You're still alive. She recognizes her as one of the children picked up by Corona to be turned into constructs. Seeing that she lives has somewhat put her mind at ease. Yet she can tell that the Luna before her is no ordinary construct. It matters not who I am, for I am merely an agent of the Ascension Network. The Ascension Network. Luna nods, transmitting countless data streams into her memory shell, allowing her to catch a glimpse of what Luna's existence truly means. You're a corrupted? Luna remains quiet, outstretching her hand. You have the potential to pass the preliminary screening. If you accept my authorization, you will no longer fear the punishing virus and, instead, become an existence feared by humanity. Contrary to Luna's expectations, the sister bursts out laughing. Luna, you may be able to end someone's life without lifting a finger, but... She takes a deep drag from the cigarette, then exhales a thick cloud of smoke toward Luna. I won't betray humanity. The only thing scarier than death is the thought of you corrupting my faith. If you go on like this, you will be no more than a walking corpse as a corrupted, a far more tragic outcome than death. The sister stares at her now dysfunctional left hand and laughs bitterly. The punishing virus may take away my body, but it cannot take away my human soul. This is probably the only thing left by my human creators for me to be proud of. Aren't you the same, Luna? Even as an ascendant, I'm sure you, too, have something you are unwilling to part with. The will of ascendance is that of the Ascension Network. Really? Then why do you still have that doll? Only then does Luna realize that, despite the thick fog of consciousness from becoming an ascendant, she still clutches onto the now barely recognizable Froggy. After becoming an ascendant, the chaos within her mind has been dispelled. She knows that the person she killed was not her sister. But she has been deliberately avoiding thinking about Lucia. Whether that be from the fear of admitting that she still retains some semblance of humanity, or perhaps she's just afraid of knowing the truth, and her sister knowing too. Before I came here, I heard a local say that he saw a little girl of ours accompanying the army as they passed by. Your sister, Lucia. She's close by. After hearing her words, Luna hesitates for a while before flying in the direction she pointed to. Before the punishing virus completely erodes her consciousness, the sister looks at the empty sky and mutters to herself. Did I say too much? Farewell for reunion. When everything is reduced to ashes, we will find our eternal wonderland. My throat. Lucia, are you really there? Can I even stand before you and call you my sister anymore? Will you even want to see me? Luna's heart fills with insecurity, but then she recalls the promise they made. Wherever you are, even if you become something else, I'll always be able to find you, I promise. Sis, Lucia. As Luna whispers her sister's name, a ray of comfort shines upon her weary heart. But right at that moment, Luna feels the noise from the Ascension Network beginning to fill her mind. Why? Why is the power from the network weakening? The condensed armor from the punishing virus begins to weaken, causing Luna to fall to the ground. I'm back to being like this. Nearby corrupted notice her and surround her from all sides. Rarg. Rarg. Looks like they are treating me as a human since my power from the Ascension Network has weakened. What a pity, these mindless creatures. To think I almost became one of them. Rarg. Right as the corrupted charges at her, it gets sliced to pieces by an ethereal blade. Luna closes her eyes and shakes her head. I may not be able to guide you to a loftier existence, but at least with my guidance, you needn't wander astray.
選別開始
Power of the Ascension Network is decreasing. Why?
生まれ変わり
What's
ま
with the
しょう
sound effects? Oh, I see fighting in the distance.
滅びに
That's where the sound effect is
与
coming
えられ
from.
これで全てが終了するわ滅びに与えありえない
Oh. She looks a bit different, but she is my sister. She's right there. But who's next to her?
これが昇格ネットワークの力よ分かった
Struggling to catch her breath, Lucia aims her katana at the corrupted in front of her. Erg. Nicholas stands beside Lucia without a care in the world for his own safety. Corrupted have some degree of self-healing capability. Minor injuries won't prove fatal. You need to pinpoint your attacks in order to defeat them. Alright, got it. But the corrupted spares no time for Lucia to catch her breath, raising its sharp claws and rushing toward her. Even though Lucia raises her katana to block, the unimaginable power of the corrupted sends her flying back several steps. Don't be afraid of the corrupted. You are now the only one capable of stopping them. If we fall here, those behind me will be lost, just like Luna. Lucia regains her composure, then pushes the incoming claw of the corrupted to one side just as it is about to slice right through her. The corrupted wants to turn around and smash its claw into the head of the construct in front of it, only to find its upper body already separated from its lower body. Lucia's sharp blade has severed it in twain, right as it passes by. After killing the corrupted, Lucia falls to her knees, unable to support herself any longer. Surely enough, it's too early for Lucia to engage in actual combat. She's only just completed her transformation. Such rigorous training is actually Colin's idea. Even though he has concerns, Nicola has made no objection. He knows humanity does not have much time left. Lucia and the constructs must at least grow up to protect themselves. Sir, am I fit for combat? Lucia raises her head and looks at Nicola calmly. Though her eyes are still young, they have already hardened into the eyes of a soldier. You still have a lot to learn. Rest assured, all your effort has not been in vain. Thanks. If that's the case, then me and Luna. Lucia can no longer hold back the tears she's been fighting ever since she became a construct. Little does she know that Luna has been watching her nearby. Lucia, you've become a construct? If they can deceive you naturally, they can deceive anyone. Humans will sacrifice anything for their own survival, including you, including your beloved sister. They've tricked you, sis. Lucia doesn't know that those despicable humans are responsible for what happened to you. They justify their actions in a grandiose web of lies. You know their tricks well. Who are the monsters? Humans are the real monsters. You're right. Humans are the real monsters. Luna glares at Nicola. She knows that Nicola has deceived himself, his sister, everyone. If he dies, will Lucia wake up? Blood-red light coalesces in Luna's hand only to disappear in an instant. If I kill him now, Lucia will be more convinced by what those humans have told her. Both the nun and Lucia are caught in the web of lies carefully crafted by humanity. There will come a day when Lucia will be our enemy. When the time comes, I will bear the mission of the Ascension Network, and Lucia, who has been deceived by mankind, will. Luna recalls the scene of despair when she killed her sister in the disposal plant. No. There's no way I'll let that happen, Lucia. Luna looks out at her sister for some time before walking away. However, she knows that this is not farewell. One day she will understand the despicable nature of humanity and its inevitable end. From the bottom of her heart, Luna knows that this day will soon come. Until she returns, I will wait quietly, as we promised. I'll destroy the world woven out of lies and create a paradise where we can stay together forever. All for you, Lucia. An eternal paradise just for you and me. Aww. Poor Luna. Man, Luna's been through it rough. She just wants to be with her sister again. Alright. That's those 3 interludes done. That was good. Each took about an hour to go through. Not bad. Oh man, my throat's already destroyed from the reading. Let's get these in here. Not bad at all. Yeah, only just for today was I gonna do the interludes. 3 hours is good enough for me. I want to rest my throat for tomorrow, because I'll play this again tomorrow. Anyway, it's been the 3 interludes. Out of the 3 of them, I liked Luna's the most. Luna's story was really, really sad and pretty dark. I also like Changyu's. I think out of the 3 of them, it's Luna's interlude that was my favorite. Changyu's was second. Chu's was the least one out of the 3. Alrighty. What else is there? I got nothing else. Alright. Yeah, that'll do it for me for tonight. Let me do this real quick, actually. Only a few levels.
こんなやり方もあるのですね。私の未来への道はこの力で切り開きます。
Alrighty. Alright, so, with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for chat. Thank you for chilling with me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're on the world. Take care, stay safe, drink plenty of water, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. As I said earlier, I'll play this again tomorrow. And for tomorrow, I don't know. Should I do main? Should I go back on doing main? Right now, it's recommending me for me to do this. Reveries with the Whale. I might just do this tomorrow then. Alrighty. What is this? Extra record or whatever? Floating record. Okay, yeah, I'll do floating record for tomorrow. Reveries with the Whale. So again, thank you for watching, and again, I hope you enjoyed the stream. See you tomorrow then, I guess, for Reveries with the Whale. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.